graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I missed putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled, and out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome on into another Sixers edition of Play-by-Play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well, and turn on those notification bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live. We call Sixers games, we call Phillies games, and we call Eagles games on this channel. We also do a lot of other baseball content during the season, and we have a lot of fun. Look, okay, this Philadelphia 76ers team has really been struggling. The last time that we ended up watching a game, or calling a game, I should say, the Philadelphia 76ers lost to the Brooklyn Nets, and they just did not look good at all whatsoever. And ever since then, they lost a very big heartbreaker to the Chicago Bulls, and they just got blown out the window in the second half of the game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. So this is a game where they just have to try to find a way to get back on track, and they could really use a W tonight. Joel Embiid is playing. It would just be awesome to see the big three go out there and get their first W of the season. You want to see Tyrese Maxey go out there and ball. Joel Embiid, he has to have a very big game today too. And Paul George, hopefully they can just try to figure it out. It just seems like, and I know that it's a very small sample size, but that this big three just has not found a way to just develop a rhythm, to just develop chemistry. And we understood that that was going to take time. We can go back and we can talk about the big three of the Miami Heat and how many games they lost in a row because they had to build that chemistry together with Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh. Now, obviously, this quote-unquote big three is not like that. It's not that dynamic, right? But it does take time to figure some stuff out. And I feel like that if you're the Philadelphia 76ers and you're playing out in Memphis tonight, a team that is 15-17 on the season, a team that just lost to the Washington Wizards, you really should find a way to pound on this team. And the Grizzlies themselves, they have a lot of injuries that they are dealing with. Tonight, specifically, Vince Williams Jr. is out. KCP, that's Contavious Caldwell-Pope, he is out with a hamstring soreness, they're calling it. Jock Landau is considered questionable, and he is day-to-day as of the last time that I saw it, which was 10 minutes ago. Brandon Clark is out for today's game. John Conchar is out, and so is Zach Edey and Scottie Pippen Jr. and Ty Jerome. So this team is just really thin tonight, and the Philadelphia 76ers, the only two guys that they're missing are still Kelly Oubre Jr. and Trendon Watford. You really should go out there and get a W. There should be no excuses tonight against this Memphis Grizzlies team. I'm going to go, so here's what I'm going to talk about right now. I want to get into final score predictions as well. We will get to that in a little bit, but here is something that I would really like to take an angle on this. I want to talk about Joel Embiid because, to me, Joel Embiid, from what I've seen, especially over these last couple of games that he has played, he just has not looked dominant at all whatsoever, and it's not even just necessarily dominant. He just looks really slow. It seems like that the offense is just not flowing the way that it should with Joel out there because they're playing a different style of a game. And again, I understand that this is a very small sample size, but from what the Sixers have shown so far, you can absolutely just tell that the pacing of the game the way that they play, their style, their up and down movement, it just looks so different when Joel Embiid is out there, and it looks honestly slower. And that has not been good. If the Sixers do lose tonight's game, then we definitely have to have a conversation of where this team is headed moving forward. But again, if they do come out there and if they pound on this Memphis Grizzlies team, we're going to feel really good, especially if the chemistry between the three guys of George, Embiid, and Maxey looks good. I've been hearing a lot of people on Twitter describing their frustrations, more so fans and some media members, with Tyrese Maxey. And I understand that over these last couple of games, we haven't been on here to call them necessarily. But what I do know is from just the season as a whole, Tyrese Maxey has done a phenomenal job, and the Philadelphia 76ers are not where they are if it weren't for Tyrese Maxey. The way that he's playing on both ends has just been unbelievable. It really has. With what Tyrese Maxey has been asked to do for the Philadelphia 76ers, he has been asked to do so much, and he has done a lot for this Philadelphia 76ers team on both sides of the ball. His points per game are up. His volume shooting-wise from three has gone up too. Sometimes there are some shots that you don't want him to take, but he has to take these shots. We've been telling him year in and year out that he needs to be more aggressive and that he needs to take more shots, even if it is a bad shot, because that's just how this team is built right now. They need him to shoot the ball. We've seen in year 3 of Tyrese Maxey, or even in year 2, where Tyrese has only taken like 5 shots a game from beyond the arc, and he's efficient, but we need him to take more, because that's what creates offense, and that is what, even as a second option type of a guy, you needed him to shoot the ball more, because you weren't going to get that from other guys like Kelly Oubre Jr. I mean, occasionally Kelly would shoot a 3. Sometimes you would see maybe other guys, too, in the past tried to step up like Nico Batum, but it was really tough for the Philadelphia 76ers to rely on those guys to take a high-volume amount of threes. And I feel like with the way that Tyrese Maxey has been going this year, I think that he's doing the best that he can. I really feel that way. He's also been asked to develop more of a mid-range game, and he's done that a little bit more. You see him taking more step backs. You see him putting good English off the backboard when he's trying to drive it into the lane, and he's cutting for layups. And that's something that I think has been a really big positive for the Philadelphia 76ers this year. So I can't necessarily blame some of these losses on Tyrese Maxey. Were there times where we could go back to games where Tyrese Maxey should have made 2 free throws and he went 0 for 2? Absolutely. But with the minutes that he's playing, with how many minutes per game that he is playing for Nick Nurse and the Philadelphia 76ers, I think that he's doing his share, and he's doing more than his share, really, just to put it nicely. So I just wanted to go on that little bit of a spiel, because we haven't been here. We haven't really talked about the Sixers in a couple of days, and I just felt like that I needed to come on and I needed to voice that. I needed to talk a little bit more about that and just get that off my chest a little bit more. Let's talk about final score predictions. I'm going to go 122 to 105 76ers. I think that this is the type of game where you see Tyrese go out there and play very good against Ja Morant. We saw in the very first matchup that these two guys played against, and I know that this was a while ago, but Tyrese Maxey was going up against, at the time, one of the best guards, if not the most explosive guard in the NBA, and that was Ja, and he definitely owned that matchup, and he rose to the occasion, and he played really well. I expect that that's going to be a similar result in tonight's game. This Memphis Grizzlies team has a lot of guys that are injured, and I just feel like that with how many guys the Sixers have out there tonight, there is no excuse. You cannot lose to this Memphis Grizzlies team. They just lost to the Washington Wizards. I know that they won the game before that, and I believe that it was against Milwaukee, if I'm not mistaken. But you should go out there and beat this team. I should see 17-14 by the end of this game tonight. I will also say this. My standout player for tonight's game, the obvious one is Tyrese Maxey. I think that Joel Embiid is actually going to have a very good game in this one, and he's going to do a lot, not just offensively, but he'll make a big play on the defensive side as well. So I think that he's going to step up, and that's going to be really nice to see. VJ Edgecombe, Dominic Barlow, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid. That is the starting five for tonight's Philadelphia 76ers team. We'll get you the lineups for the Memphis Grizzlies in just a few moments. But again, for the Sixers, they got Nick Nurse as the head coach. It's Tyrese Maxey at the point. Dominic Barlow, Paul George, Joel Embiid, and VJ Edgecombe all out there for the Philadelphia 76ers. Again, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well, and turn on the bell icons. Andrew is in the chat. What's up, Andrew? How are you, my friend? King Desert Loner over on Twitch. How are you? Andrew says, JJ, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, my friend. I hope that you guys have an awesome rest of your 2025 and may 2026 bring good wishes and a sweet new year heading your way. King Desert Loner says, I hope Lowry does well tonight. I hope that they don't have to go to Kyle Lowry unless it's a blowout. And by blowout, I mean a blowout going into the fourth quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers where they have a big-time lead. That would be really nice. I guess Twitch does not want me watching this stream, just keeps buffering. I apologize about that. I hope that you came back and it worked better. So try to refresh the app. Cedric Howard, Jalen Wells, Christian Coloco, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Ja Morant are in the starting lineup tonight for the Memphis Grizzlies. I keep forgetting that we have to change the resolution of this. So give me just 1 second as we try to change how things look here on the screen side of things. Is this going to work? I don't think so. Let's try, yeah, there we go. I don't know why it has to keep going like that, but all righty. So here we go. Tomas Ilsalo, I hope I said that correctly. If I didn't, I apologize, is the head coach for the Memphis Grizzlies, and we're going to get started in just a few minutes or so. John is here. How are you, John? How are you? Bilbo is also here. He says, Happy New Year, JJ. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Again, comment what your final score predictions are down below. I'm ready for the Sixers game tonight. I was really mad that I had to miss the last couple of games. And, of course, I had to miss the Eagles-Bills game as well. That was unfortunate, but we're back. We're ready to go. And hopefully the Sixers get a W in tonight's game. This is a big one for the 76ers. They have got to get, they really just have to get a win. Ja Morant this year, by the way, averaging 18 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. Now, in his last game that he did play, he actually shot the ball better. He shot 50% from the field and just a little bit over 45% from 3. And he did have 21 points. He's still passing the ball at a very high rate, and he's doing a good job getting his teammates involved. But his scoring overall has just gone down. Now, part of the reason why is because in years past, right, he had Dylan Brooks. He had Grayson Allen. He had guys that could step up. Desmond Bane, of course, would find ways to give him the ball too. But you also kind of would expect that his playmaking and, or I would just say shooting in general would go up without those types of guys, but it just has not. And I don't know. I don't know how he's going to do tonight, but I'm just hoping that the Philadelphia 76ers put together a really good game plan where they make him more of a passer and less of a shooter and a scorer. So, but we'll see how things do go in that department tonight for the Philadelphia 76ers. My MVP for tonight's game is going to be Joel Embiid. I know that sounds crazy to say, but hopefully I'm right about that. Joel, I think, will have himself a big day and will also make a nice defensive play at some point, one way or the other. King says much better. Good. Sometimes I had to do this too. I had to exit out of the YouTube app, and I had to get back in myself. All right, Sixers are in their white and blue uniforms. We do like a radio play-by-play style of a call, so we do hope that you guys are able to follow along, fasten your seatbelts, and enjoy the show. Embiid is going out there to tip the basketball, and on the other side for the Memphis Grizzlies, it is Christian Koloko. And so here's the tip-off, and that's going to go into the hands of Ja Morant. Grizzlies are in their black and light blue uniforms around the sides, as Morant goes up with a little runner inside and puts it up and puts it on in. Memphis leads it 2-0. Grizzlies are going from left to right. Philadelphia 76ers are moving from right to left. They are in their white and blue uniforms. VJ Edgecombe, there he is with his white headband on. Gives it over to Embiid in the paint, and he goes around with a little floater inside with the right hand and can't get it. Rebounded by the Memphis Grizzlies. Morant has the ball. He passes it. It's intercepted by Paul George. George to the left elbow on the left hash. Puts it up and can't put it on in. It's rebounded again by Memphis. Paul George missing an elbow J from the left side of the lane. And now on the other side, Cedric Coward hits a pull-up J in the face of Paul George, and Jaren Jackson Jr. gets the assist. And now it's a 4-0 ball game. Memphis has the lead. Maxey working around the screen. Behind the back, bounce pass to Embiid. And a dribble handoff to Edgecombe. He gets some space. He fires the trigger and knocks it down from straightaway three-point range. All right, so the Philadelphia 76ers get their first bucket. They are 1 for 3 shooting-wise from the field, and the ice is broken by VJ Edgecombe. 12 seconds left on the shot clock as Morant tries to go up with a little pass that's deflected and intercepted by VJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe picks the Morant picks the pocket of Edgecombe, tries to go coast to coast, and it's now 6-3 as Ja Morant finishes on the right side of the baseline. All right, so VJ Edgecombe got the ball stolen. Edgecombe sets back, fires another three, and that one is short. The Memphis Grizzlies have Jaren Jackson Jr. catch the rebound, and Jackson Jr. tried to give it up to Cedric Coward, and that was intercepted again by VJ Edgecombe. 14 seconds left on the shot clock for the Philadelphia 76ers. We've seen a lot of threes so far by Philadelphia. George gets the ball deflected off of his right hand. It goes out of bounds, and it was last touched by Paul George. It went off of his right knee. And so Memphis will have the ball back. Cedric Coward was just running back on into the tunnel for Memphis, and he's being told to walk back. I don't know what is going on, but it's 3 turnovers by Memphis and 2 by Philadelphia. Memphis gets the inbound pass, and here's a shot that goes up inside the three-point arc. That's no good. Offensive rebound on the other side by Jacques Landau. And sorry, that was Christian Koloko who was running on into the tunnel. That was not Cedric Coward. And then he just came out of the tunnel, Christian Koloko, and went back on over to the sideline. So it's a 6-3 game. Memphis has the lead. There's 9.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Wells in there for Memphis, fires a three, and he knocks it down to make it 9-3. Sorry about the spoilers in the chat. There's nothing that I can do about that. So if you see that the game is a little bit ahead, I really apologize about that. There's nothing much that I can do. Embiid with a left elbow J connects. Joel Embiid with his first 2 points of the game. Sixers have made 3 field goals. They have not shot the ball well, though. It came out pretty cold. Here's a catch-and-shoot three on the other side by Jackson Jr., and he knocks it down from the left side of the wing. Jaren Jackson Jr. able to get some space and deliver off of a catch-and-shoot off the assist by Jalen Wells. Embiid going around his defender, that's Cedric Coward. He wants to try to post him up. Double team comes. He finds Barlow down low in the paint and puts it up and puts it on in. Good assist by Joel Embiid, recognizing that the double team was coming, and he had eyes behind his back. Dominic Barlow able to finish it with 2 hands. On the other side, though, the Memphis Grizzlies respond, and the Sixers can't stop the bleeding. It's a 2 made by Cedric Howard to make it now 14-7. 8 minutes and 3 seconds left to go in this opening quarter. George catches, fires up a 3, and that one won't go. Howard with the rebound, and he gives it up to John Morant. Morant back to Howard for a corner 3. Bullseye. And Sixers call for time. Memphis has scored 17 points, and the Philadelphia 76ers, they put up 7:42 to go in the opening quarter. Not a good start on the defensive side, and Nick Nurse wants to try to stop the momentum, and I'll do that right now. All right. Gosh, that is not the start that you wanted. Memphis has gotten very hot. The Sixers have given up a lot of wide open looks, and they just look really, it's just MIA, right? Guys are not stepping up on the defensive side. They're slow on the rotations, and it's just really killing them because Memphis is getting the wide open looks, and they're knocking them down. There was one contested shot that I saw from Paul George with his defense, but other than that, not much. Really not much else to it. The Memphis Grizzlies, as a team so far in this game, are shooting the ball 75% from 3. They are 3 for 4 from downtown. They are 7 for 8 from the field. Meanwhile, the Sixers have missed 4 shots. They're 3 for 7 from the field and just 1 for 3 from downtown, and that was the first 3 that they attempted. It was from VJ Edgecombe. So the turnovers have been an issue. They're getting out rebounded all of a sudden 5-0, and it's just not looking good. Now, obviously, things can change, but this is not the start that you wanted if you're Philadelphia. You wanted Tyrese Maxey to be more so explosive out of the gate, and it just was not the case. Paul George and Tyrese Maxey have not put up any points so far, and Embiid is too. Not trying to overreact here because obviously this is a back-and-forth game, and basketball is just all about pace, right? But it certainly not the best start that you wanted from the Philadelphia 76ers, who are 7-6 on the road. Hi, JJ. Our team is not scary to anyone, even bad teams, says Hardcore for All. Hit that thumbs up button, folks. Hardcore, good to see you, my friend. I appreciate each and every one of you for being on here. King's Desert Loner says these boys didn't even stretch before the game, and it shows. Yep. It has not been the hot start that you wanted if you're a Philadelphia 76ers fan, and they got to get back on track, and hopefully they do so. If you are tuning in for the first time, let us know where you're tuning on in from and who you're rooting for in this game. We're trying to get to 50 likes by the end of this stream, and we hope that you guys really do enjoy this type of a cast. We will have a post-game show after this. That'll be really cool. You guys can call on into the post-game show and voice your opinions about the Philadelphia 76ers. We're not like other 76ers content creators, and they do a great job, by the way. But we do like an old-school radio play-by-play style, and we do encourage you guys to interact, for sure. We want you guys to get on here. We want you to be active, but this is more so for people who can't necessarily watch the game or people who like to watch the game but, want to turn down the announcers or just want to listen to a different type of a style. That's mainly what I do on this channel for the Sixers, the Phillies, and the Eagles. So, but yeah, 76ers fan over on Twitch. Yes, sir. So this is the first 3-game losing streak of the season for the Philadelphia 76ers. They've had 17 different starting lineups, which is actually tied third to most in the NBA. It's surprising because you think about all the different combinations that they've had. I know that load management's been a thing for other teams, but gosh, to see them not at number 1, that's actually wild when you really think about it. Embiid gets the inbound pass. He zips it over to Maxey as we're back in the game. Embiid thought about taking the 3. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Gets a handoff over to Maxey, and Maxey takes a corner J from the baseline and knocks it on down from 20 feet. All right, so the Sixers, I don't really necessarily know if that's what they drew up out of the gates, but it certainly did work. 17-9. Memphis has Ja Morant, and guarding him is Joel Embiid, and Embiid gets baited and fouls Ja Morant on the left side of the elbow at the second hash mark. Ja Morant just leaned on into him, and he got the contact. He initiated it, and Ja is going to go to the line to shoot a pair of foul shots. 7:03 left to go in quarter number one. It's a 17-9 Memphis lead. Ja misses the first free throw, and he'll try to go 1 for 2 from the line. For the 76ers, they got Paul George, Dominic Barlow, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe. And the Grizzlies, as Morant makes the second free throw to make it 18-9. They have Jalen Wells, Ja Morant, Santi Aldama, Gigi Jackson, and Jock Landale. Landale was questionable coming on into tonight's game, and he is out there for Memphis. Here's Maxey over on the far corner. Takes a jab step over Landale, gets past him, and finishes with the reverse layup underneath the basket to make it 18-11. And that is the second bucket in a row by Tyrese Maxey. Landale over on the corner, gets double-teamed, kicks it out to Aldama at the top of the key, and he goes down towards the foul line, puts up a foul line J, won't go. The ball gets volleyballed into the hands of Paul George, and now Embiid operates at the top of the key, takes it down low inside the foul line, goes up with 1 foot in the air to take a two, and drains it just inside the lane. 18-13. Here is another shot on the other side, and that one is good. It was a layup. Sixers were just caught sleeping at the wheel. Ja Morant whizzed on past everybody and makes it now 20-13. Here's Embiid's 2-foot layup, and that gets denied by Aldama. Offensive board by Dominic Barlow. Jackson able to come up with another block on Barlow's layup. And the Sixers still get the rebound, and Barlow puts it back up and dunks it on in. 2015, Sixers starting to get some points. And over on the other side, Wells just missed a layup. Maxey got the rebound, and as the Sixers out in transition try to get a shot off, well, there's going to be a whistle, and they're going to call a moving screen on Joel Embiid, and we're going to have some substitutions, so the Sixers turn the ball over. There's 5:33 to go in quarter number one. Memphis leads it by 5 against the 76ers. 20-15, the Sixers have done a better job out of the timeout on offense specifically, but the defense certainly has to be better. Adem Bona is going to replace Joel Embiid, and Quentin Grimes will sub on in for Paul George. For the Grizzlies, they have Cam Spencer and Jalen Wells. Well, Wells is still in there. Cam Spencer just came on in for Ja Morant. Off the inbound pass, Wells turns it over. Tyrese Maxey gets the steal. Maxey to Grimes. Grimes to Edgecombe as he goes down with a tough two and connects. And Philadelphia's lead, or deficit I should say, is down to 3 with exactly 5 minutes to go. Here's Maxey trying to interrupt a steal, and Maxey gets the ball deflected out of bounds. Last touch by him. Looked like it was supposed to be a handoff to Jalen Wells, and Maxey read it pretty well. So the Grizzlies will inbound it from their near sideline. Wells will be the inbounder, and he gives it back to Jock Landale at the top of the key. Here's a 3 by Landale. That one won't go, and Maxey comes away with the rebound, but Memphis gets a steal, and the layup is up and in. 22-17, and that was just not good at all whatsoever. 4:35 left to go. Here's another 2 by Barlow. It gets denied, gets his own rebound, then he puts it back up and puts it on in to make it 22-19. Memphis, 4:25 left. Landale with a catch-and-shoot 3. That's way too strong. Maxey gets up against everybody else and grabs another rebound. Tyrese over on the left side of the wing at the three-point line, drives it inside, gets past 2 defenders, puts it up, and lays it on in. Deceptive moves by Tyrese Maxey, and timeout taken by Memphis. Punch, counter punch. And the Sixers all of a sudden are down by 1 as momentum is shifted towards their side. Okay, 22-21. Sixers have looked a lot better as far as their offense goes. They've scored on the last 5 offensive possessions that they've had, and they're also getting some offensive rebounds, too, off of block shots, and Dominic Barlow has played a lot better. the offense looks like it's more so in control, and hopefully they can keep this up as they finish out the first quarter. Oh, man. How is everybody feeling tonight? Let us know down below. Embiid is a defensive liability. Right now, he most certainly is hardcore. I cannot disagree with you on that. More ISO ball. JJ, you're back. What's up, Steve? What is up, my friend? Yes, we are back, and we are alive, and we are well. So I hope that you guys had a nice little break from me. Hopefully you didn't miss me too much. I am going to, and I'll probably post this when the time does come, but there is another little break that I'm going to be taking. I have to take another trip, and that's going to be towards the end of January, so you're going to miss me for a couple of games. Hopefully it'll be all right. I mean, it's going to be okay, but we are going to miss an Eagles playoff game if the Eagles, of course, make it that far, which is unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, I'm trying to do these things now rather than during the baseball season when things are going to get really hectic and really busy. So that's just how it goes right now. Simply rebound, please, says Hardcore. Yeah, they're doing a better job in that department. 3 offensive boards from Dominic Barlow, I think, really has given the Sixers a little bit more life, and it just seems like that they're playing with more poise. And Maxey has been more aggressive too, right? Tyrese Maxey is making some jump shots, and the ball's going through the hoop. So I'm so glad the NBA is back on NBC, says King Desert Loner. Yeah, I got to tell you that the coverage itself, from what I've seen, and again, like I really don't I follow the 76ers for sure, and I keep up with what's going on in the NBA, but I'm not, through the day in and, the day out stuff of the NBA, I don't really keep up with all of that. If there's another NBA game that's on primetime TV, sometimes I'll watch it, but other times it's just sort of a second thought. But I will tell you, from what I have seen from the NBC coverage, they've done a very good job. I like some of the stuff that they've done. I like the crews that they put together. Mike Tirico seems like he's doing a really good job with basketball. I like the Amazon Prime show as well. And ESPN has done great with Inside the NBA, so the coverage has been great this year. And that, I think, has really helped increase viewership for sure. And that is fun. That is really good. That is really good to see. Oh, fine. I guess that's okay, he says. Yeah, I'm happy to be back, though. 25-24, Philadelphia. Or 22-21, Philadelphia. That is the score right now. 4 minutes left to go in the opening quarter as the Memphis Grizzlies have the rock on the other side. They swing it out to Aldama for a catch-and-shoot 3 on the near corner, and he knocks it down from about 23 feet or so. Sixers trying to respond on the other side. Maxey will try to ISO, put up a 3 at the FedEx Forum sign, and he swishes it from another area code. Tyrese Maxey in takeover mode. He has scored 9 of the last 11 points by the Philadelphia 76ers, and their deficit is down to 1. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. The Grizzlies have Koloko, Aldama, Jackson, that's Gigi Jackson, Cam Spencer, and also Javon Small out there too, the 23-year-old. Here we go. Landau takes it down the lane, swings it outside, and here's a 3 by Small, and he got it to go. He comes up big. It's now 28-24. Memphis again getting a wide open look and taking advantage. And the Sixers have got to do a better job at guarding the 3. Here's Maxey over to Grimes, and Grimes delivers it back outside to VJ Edgecombe. He wants to ISO. He puts up a 3, and that one's way too short. It's rebounded by Ja Morant, and here come the Memphis Grizzlies off to the races. Morant down low to Aldama, and here's a shot that goes up by Small again, and that one is good. I believe it's a 20. Oh, no, it's no good. It actually went in and out, and it was supposed to go to Gigi Jackson. And Jackson is going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Edgecombe did foul him over on the left elbow. So the clock stops with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Jackson is at the line to shoot 2 free throws. And here is foul shot number 1. It will go on in, hit the front of the rim, then the back of the rim, and then it just went straight on down the drain. Sixers just refused to guard the three-point line. They're allergic to it. They can't do anything about it. Oh, man. I was thinking of the affordability aspect. More basketball and network television for those who don't want to pay a fortune for streaming services. An antenna will suffice. Yes, that too. That too. It definitely does help. 29-24. Here's another foul shot, and that is good to make it now 30-24 by G.G. Jackson. Sixers could use a response here. They got George, Maxey, Bona, Grimes, and McCain out there. It's a 3-guard lineup for Philadelphia. Here's a step-back 3 by George, and he knocks it down in the face of Ja Morant. Oh, George swishing it from the left wing, and the Sixers back down by 3. Morant is going to pass it outside to Aldama. Aldama takes a baseline J. He took 3 dribbles and just took it over to the baseline, shot it off the dribble, and cashed it on in. Man, oh man, 32-27. George stepping back, sipping it to Grimes for a near corner 3. And there's a flamethrower for Quentin Grimes. 1:53 left to go. Eurostep for Memphis, and down the lane goes G.G. Jackson, and that one is good. Both teams exchanging buckets. It's now 34-30. Memphis has the lead again. Maxey steps back, takes it over to the foul line, takes it to the right side, puts up a tough floater. Got it to go. And 1. And with 1:37 left to go, Tyrese Maxey will head to the charity stripe and put up 1 more foul shot. We will have another 2 players come on in for Memphis, including Cedric Coward for G.G. Jackson, and also Jaren Jackson Jr. will sub back in too for Koloko. 34-32. Maxey's and 1 is good. Excellent. Maxey is shooting 100% from the field. He's made all 5 of his shots and has put up 12 points in this contest so far. Here's Coward over on the left side of the wing. Gets past to Dembona, puts up a floater. The ball gets volleyballed into the hands of Philadelphia. That was Jared McCain trying to go coast to coast and kiss it off the backboard. It won't go that time. Dembona grabs the offensive rebound, and they're going to call loose ball foul on Santi Aldama, and that's going to put Bona at the line to shoot 2 free throws. Bona tried to go up with the rebound with his right hand, and then his left arm got tangled by Santi Aldama, and he fell backwards. And that's why he's at the line to shoot 2 free throws. He's not the best foul shooter. 1:12 left to go in the first quarter. Sixers still down by 1. They have not gained a lead at all in this game so far. First free throw is no good, and Bona will try to tie this baby up with his second free throw. Kevin is here. How are you? What's up, my friend? How are you doing? 1:12 to go. Tie ball game as Bona knocks down free throw number 2. Excellent. And he goes 1 for 2 from the line. Morant trying to get some space over at the Grizzlies logo. Gives it up, passes it to Coward for a 3, and that one is drilled. 37-34. Cedric Coward from another area code, able to give Memphis a 3-point lead again. George at the top of the key. The Sixers swing the ball around the timeline, and now it's in the hands of Quentin Grimes, who steps back and he launches a 3. In and out it goes. Memphis doing a good job on the rebounding side of things. A layup by Cedric Coward. That one's short. Bona gets the rebound. And an outlet pass to Jared McCain, who fires up a 3 off the dribble. And that one won't fall either. The Sixers have gone ice cold shooting-wise from 3-point range. They've got the looks. They're just not able to cash them on in. About 2 seconds differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. Memphis has the ball. Landau with a tray, and he knocks it down. Philadelphia has surrendered 40 points in this first quarter, and their defense has just gone missing. Here's Maxey with 5 seconds left to go. Shot clock's unplugged. He's at the logo. Steps back. Wants to ISO. He puts up a 3. And that one's wide right. Rebounded by Memphis, and that'll do it. So the first quarter is done. The Sixers allow 40 points to the Memphis Grizzlies, and they just shot the lights out. And the Sixers just could not outscore them. They did put up 34 points, which usually is enough. But when your defense is just so stale and you allow 7 of 11 threes, 7 threes on 11 attempts, that's just not going to work. All right, so the Sixers will take a step off. So will we. We'll be right back in less than a minute. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back on into play-by-play with JJ. This is Philadelphia 76ers coverage. We do like an old-school radio play-by-play style for people who cannot tune on into these games. So we do not necessarily a TV play-by-play call. We do more so radio description. So it's a little bit different than what you hear on the TV. If you're like, well, JJ, like why I can see the game. Why are you calling it like this? It's because it's a different type of a style when you're the eyes and the ears. And when somebody is essentially blind, not able to watch the game, you got to be a little bit more descriptive, and you got to be very quick with how you describe things. So that's why we do it the way that we do. And, of course, if I could show the game on YouTube, I would. But obviously I can't unless I want to get my channel canceled, which is not necessarily what I want to do. So the Philadelphia 76ers gave up a plethora of threes in the first quarter. They allowed 7 makes and 11 attempts for the Memphis Grizzlies, and the guy that's really going off, it's not even just Ja Morant. Guys are stepping up for Memphis, and the role players are doing their job, and the Sixers have just not done a good job with the closing out. You see that Memphis is playing more so when it comes to their offensive play calling. The Sixers are just not rotating well. And Memphis is getting to the bucket. They're getting wide open looks from 3, and the Sixers just cannot do anything to stop them. So the Sixers start off the second quarter with the basketball because they lost the opening tip. Joel Embiid fires up a 3, and it hits off the back of the rim, off the top of the backboard, and into the hands of a Memphis Grizzly. And so, Sixers have got to play defense. Here's another wide-open 3, and that time the Sixers dodge a bullet. Embiid tried to get the rebound and went off of his fingertips over towards the Grizzlies' baseline, and it'll be Memphis basketball. It's a 40-34 game. Memphis, 40 points. That's tied for the most in the first quarter this season for the Grizzlies. They had 17 points off their bench and just did a very good job firing and knocking down shots. Here's a little J by Cedric Coward from 13 feet, and he knocks it down off the assist by Christian Coloco. And it was a bounce pass, 42-34. Sixers trying to respond again on the other side. George catches, puts up a three, and delivers. And Paul George knocking down his second tray of the ball game. He is 2 for 4 from the field. He has 1 rebound and 2 assists as well. We have a foul called on the other side. VJ Edgecombe just knocked Ja Morant on the elbow, and Ja will head to the charity stripe, and he'll shoot 2 free throws. Grizzlies this year, 15-17, a part of the Western Conference. They did lose their last game against the Washington Wizards. Morant at the line for 2 free throws, and the first one goes up and in. They are a 7-8 team at home this year. They did win their last home game, and that was against the Milwaukee Bucks. 125-104 was the final score of that game. Both free throws are good by Ja Morant. It's 43-37. Philadelphia down by 6. Grimes gets a handoff and delivers it over to Embiid. Embiid to George for a near corner 3. Not that time. And Memphis again grabbing themselves another board. George had the look, just could not cash it on in. Morant backing down VJ Edgecombe, and the ball goes in and out as he tried to put up a right-handed floater and just couldn't get the roll to go. Grimes back to McCain, who goes downhill with a layup, but McCain was fouled before the shot was even off. And the clock to stop with 10:16 left to go in the opening half. 3 other games are supposed to occur tonight. Boston takes on Utah at 9 o'clock. And then you got Detroit against L.A. That's the Lakers. The 20-10 Lakers hosting the 24-8 Detroit Pistons at 10:30. And then at 11 o'clock, it'll be Kings versus Clippers out at the Intuit Dome. We have another foul called as the Sixers inbounded the ball and Jaren Jackson Jr. reached on in. Here's Paul George giving it back outside to Quentin Grimes. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Grimes at the top of the key. Steps back. Passes it over to George, who drives it inside towards the left lane, and he goes downhill with a layup. And he's fouled by Christian Koloko. And we will have some more free throws coming on. Flyers also play at 10 o'clock. That is correct on the hockey side of things. No need to worry yet, fellas. The game is still early, says King Desert Loner. Yes, sir. Foul shot number 1 by Paul George. He puts it up, and he puts it on in. George does have 8 points tonight. 2 assists, 1 rebound. A couple of steals as well. Joel averaging 21.8 points per game this year. 6.5 rebounds per game, if you can believe that. And 2.8 assists as well. George's second foul shot, that one is good. And he goes 2 for 2 from the line.
Excellent.
There's a floater by Memphis, and that one won't go. That was Jaren Jackson Jr. going up with a runner. Embiid gets the rebound. Embiid back over to the foul line, steps back and launches a 2 and connects it from his sweet spot to put the Sixers down by 2. 9:30 left in this first half. A bounce pass that goes into the hands of Christian Koloko, and there's a shot that goes up over towards the baseline, and a foul issued on VJ Edgecombe, which means that Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be the next Grizzly to head back to the line. So Joel Embiid doing a good job shooting the ball in this game, just has not been able to get down low on the block. We have not seen Andre Drummond yet. I was surprised that Nick Nurse did go to Adem Bona as his first backup center. Andre Drummond did not come on in and has not done so yet. The first free throw by Jackson, he knocks it down. That is Jaren Jackson Jr. 7 points for him tonight, 4 rebounds and 2 assists. He's averaging 18.5 points per game, which is the most on the team. And the free throw, the second one that one will go down. 45-41, Memphis leads it by 4. Here we go, Embiid off the dribble, puts up a 3 at the top of the key and knocks it on down. It's 45-44. Morant with the ball at the logo of Memphis. Dribbles with the left hand. He's conducting the traffic, being the floor general. And gives it back over to Howard. Howard to Morant at the foul line. Thought about going up with a 2. Decided to go with a pump fake. Howard's 3. That one's no good. That was Coward, excuse me. And McCain gets the rebound. Sixers trying to take the lead on the McCain layup. And they do! The first one of the game. 46-45. A 35 to go in the second quarter. A drive on the other side by Cedric Coward. He gets it to go. Cedric Coward taking over the second quarter for Memphis, and the Philadelphia 76ers have got to put a body on him and try to box him out. McCain at the logo, dribbles around the screen, finds Paul George at the top of the key, and the ball is distributed to Joel Embiid. Embiid finding George, cutting back door, a bounce pass to PG, and he still lays it up and in. What a pass by Embiid, and what a finish by Paul George. He was heavily contested, too, on that layup, and he just did a little spin move, and he took a little dive to the ground, and no foul was called. Memphis couldn't make a layup on the other side. George goes up with a 2. Count it for Philadelphia. 48-47, 7:51 to go. They're actually going to wave off the shot, and they're going to call offensive foul. They say that Paul George's feet were not set, and on the other side, G.G. Jackson, who was the recipient of the foul, his feet were set. It was not a blocking foul, and it's an offensive foul instead, and that's a huge call. Justin Edwards will come on in for Philadelphia, and Paul George will take a seat. I don't really understand why. He's been playing really well over the last couple of minutes. Why would you take out the hot hand? Doesn't make any sort of sense. G.G. Jackson with a catch-and-shoot 3 off the inbound pass. Won't go. The ball gets tipped by a Grizzly and back into the hands of another Grizzly, and that's good again by Cedric Coward. Koloko volleyball tipped it over Joel Embiid's head, gave it back to Christian Koloko. Koloko gave it back over to Coward, and Coward's 2 was good. It's a 49-48 lead. Koloko, though, on the other side, fouls a 76er, and we're going to have some free throws coming on up. The game is getting intense, says King Desert Loner. It most certainly is. It's closer, and the Sixers have outscored the Grizzlies so far in this second quarter. Embiid is at the line, and he will put up 2 free throws this trip around. Sixers are 16-14. This is game number 31 of the season for Philadelphia. Embiid does tie the game. Over the last 5 seasons, Embiid has done a very good job when it comes to his points per game, but this year it's down to 21.8 in just 14 games. Last year was at 23.8. Foul shot number 2 by Joel. Good as gold. Memphis moving very quickly on the other side. Coward distributes it over on the perimeter to Sandy Aldama. Aldama down the lane, giving it back over to Coward for a dunk. And Coward going right down Broadway and putting it down with 2 hands. Cedric Coward, 13 points, 8 rebounds, and he is 6 for 11 in this game shooting the basketball. McCain on the other side, trying to hit a reverse layup. Doesn't get the friendly roll there. The ball gets tipped by Barlow into the hands of Coward again. Coward with a tough 2. And we have a foul called. It's on Justin Edwards. And the Grizzlies will take a timeout here. Sixers are down by 1. The Grizzlies have been very physical over the last couple of minutes, and they want to try to get their momentum back. They lead it by 1, and the Sixers are down 51-50. Valerie's here. What's up, Valerie? And I haven't gotten used to talking this fast in a little bit of time, so I got to take a sip of water. It's been 5 days. Wow. It's really been like 6 days since we've called our last basketball game. Man. All right. 51 points for the Grizzlies and 50 for the 76ers. Okay, so chat, help me out here. Help me out here. Why does Nick Nurse take out Paul George when he has made three of the last 4 buckets for the 76ers? Excuse me. Can somebody answer that for me? Anyone? Why would you take out somebody that is shooting the ball really well, somebody who has a hot hand, and just take him on over to the bench? Does that make sense to you? Because it really doesn't make sense to me. Obviously, you want them to get a W tonight, but they got to be strategic, and they got to be smart. And that's just something that I've complained about in this game, and I think that that's a very fair critique. Guessing that he's thinking to avoid injuries. That's a good answer. Maybe he thought, well, you know what, I got to maximize his minutes in this game, right? And I can't just think about the now. I got to save him for the fourth quarter because he's on a minutes restriction. And again, the medical staff doesn't necessarily tell you that. They're not straightforward about those types of things, and it's not to the pleasing eye. But I don't know. When it comes to coaching a game, if I'm trying to win the game, I'm just hoping in the playoffs that Nick Nurse doesn't do stuff like that. We've seen in years past that Buddy Hield, if you remember, in one of the playoff games against the New York Knicks, it was the final game of the series. It ended up being the final game of the series. He went off in the first half, and he shot the lights out. And then Nick Nurse didn't even play him. He didn't even play him 5 minutes in the second half of the game. I can't remember if he didn't play at all, but I just clearly remember that he was just not playing at all. And he was on the bench, and it didn't really make sense. And maybe the Sixers can't rewrite history, but maybe the result is a little bit different. So, I don't know. King Desert Loner says it's a guess. I don't know. No, but I'm happy that you answered that because you very well might be correct. You might be. And I'm happy that you said something, you know. I want you guys to participate. I do. I love hearing what you guys have to say. And I think that everything that you say is very valid. I do. All right, Tyrese Maxey's going to step on in for Jared McCain. The Grizzlies also have two substitutions of their own. Jock Landale and Cam Spencer are going to enter on in for Ja Morant and Christian Coloco. Valerie says, hi there, JJ. Stopping by real quick, saying hello, wishing everyone a happy new year. Blessings to all. Prosperous 2026. Love from Southern California. What's up, Valerie? Shout out to you. So excited to tune on into the baseball season with you. That's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of really cool stuff this year. We're going to be covering more and more games, not just Phillies. We aren't just going to be doing Diamond Zone. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff. And the calendar is going to get really busy. 52-50 as foul shot number one by Coward is good. And the second one, well, that's good too. It's a 53-50 ball game. 6:40 left in this second quarter. Sixers lineup, it's Barlow, Embiid, Maxey, Edwards, and Grimes. Here's Embiid going down towards the lane, trying to throw it back off the backboard, and he tries to put it down and do a self alley-oop, and he missed it badly. On the other side, the Memphis Grizzlies make a layup, and it's now 55-50. Joel Embiid tried to do a self alley-oop to himself, and he went in the air. Tried to go down hard, and he missed it badly. Just an embarrassing play for Joel Embiid not to be able to come up with that. On the other side, though, Embiid does hit a foul line J. It was a step-back jumper, and the lead is back down to 3, but not for long because Memphis has Santi Aldama launch a 3, and he makes it, and now it's 58-52. 5:45 to go in this second quarter. Grimes back to Maxey. Embiid with a dump-off pass to Maxey behind the back, in between the legs, and Maxey puts it down from three-point range. Embiid trying to be a little bit flashy over the last couple of possessions. That time it worked. Edwards gets the ball deflected off of his hand, and he gets the steal. Gives it back to Grimes, who tries to go down Broadway for a 2, and he's fouled. Tried to go down with a layup, or with a dunk that is, and Cedric Coward is the one who is guilty for committing the foul. Ad break, making you money to continue this is King Desert Loner. Yep, it's ads, and you guys just tuning on in, man. If you guys do want to support the channel, obviously you don't have to, but super chats are a thing over on YouTube. If you guys do want to give back, you most certainly can. We go live for a lot of games. I know that we haven't really done a game in 5 days, but I'm telling you, during baseball season, we do a whole bunch of games. And we still cover the Sixers, still cover the Eagles. But yes, 58-56 is the score. Grimes at the line for his second free throw, and he misses it badly. It was a little bit short there. 5:15 to go in quarter number 2. Memphis up by 2. G.G. Jackson spinning out of a double team, giving it back to Aldama for another catch-and-shoot 3, and he can't be stopped. He launches it from the near corner and drains it from 23 feet off of the assist by Jackson. Edwards for 3 for Philadelphia. No can do. Memphis active on the glass yet again. And as the ball gets zipped downhill, Aldama was miscommunicating with Jock Landau, it looked like. Landau tried to go up with a layup, and the ball was just overthrown to him. It'll be Sixers ball. 4:49 left to be played in this second quarter. Embiid dribbles it himself. Hands it off to Tyrese Maxey. They've played a little two-man game in this second quarter so far. Embiid launches a 3, and that one won't go either. A long rebound by Santi Aldama at half court for Memphis. And the Sixers just cannot get active on the glass. Maxey capitalizes, though, off of a bad pass by Landau. He intercepts the ball, and Maxey goes down the lane, delivers it to Embiid, who goes up with a tough 2. Count the bucket and a foul. Maxey went in between the defender's legs there and just gave it over to Embiid, sent, received, and knocked down for Philadelphia. And we have a free throw, an and one shot coming up by number 21. We are 18 subscribers away from 8,200, and we hope that you guys will help us get to that milestone. Over on the YouTube side of things, spread the word. Tell your friends, tell your family members about this channel. We cover radio play-by-play for Sixers games, for Eagles games, and Phillies games, primarily on this channel. Embiid's and one is going to go in and out, and Memphis again gets another rebound. In this game, they have just done a very good job off the glass. The Grizzlies, as a team, have out-rebounded the Sixers 23-13. It's bad. Barlow gets the rebound off of the missed 3 by Jock Landau. Here comes a blitzing Tyrese Maxey. He dribbles back towards the top of the key, steps back, lets it fly, and catches it from straight on. And ties this baby up at 61 apiece. Jackson going on the other side. That's Jaren Jackson Jr. driving past Barlow, getting fouled by Barlow, putting it up and putting it on in. And he'll head to the line for one more. As Tyrese Maxey just gets his defender on skates and ties the game. Well, Jaren Jackson Jr. says, I got something in my bag of tricks too. And the and one is good, and the lead is back to 3 for Memphis. 64 points allowed by the Philadelphia 76ers, and there's 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this first half. Embiid spinning, putting up a turnaround J over Jock Landau, and that one won't work. It was at the foul line, and it was a little bit short. Landau gets the dribble handoff and gives it back to G.G. Jackson again. Jackson over to Landau at the top of the key. Cam Spencer now going up with a tough floater, and he is fouled by Tyrese Maxey. Got hit in the right arm. And another pair of free throws coming up for Memphis. Grizzlies are answering every single time. And that's because, well, part of the problem, too, is that the Sixers' defense for most of this game has just been really small. They go to a 3-guard lineup. This time around, though, no excuse because Grimes, Maxey, Barlow, George, and Bona are out there, and that's one of their best defensive lineups. The first free throw by Cam Spencer is going down and in. 3 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in this opening half. And it's been pretty ugly for the Sixers defense. as they've now allowed 66 points. It's a 66-61 ball game. George, Barlow, Maxey, Bona, and Grimes out there. The second free throw was made by Memphis, so it is 66-61. Grimes back to Maxey. There's 10 seconds left on the shot clock. He'll deliver it over to Paul George on the near wing for a catch-and-shoot three, and that's just a little bit off to the right side. And we have another loose ball foul called on Jaren Jackson Jr., and the Sixers are going to take a timeout here with exactly 2:48 to go in quarter number 2. They trail by 5. It's to the credit of the Grizzlies end. They're just balling. Yeah, they're being more active on the glass. They're getting more second chance opportunities. They're playing a more physical brand of basketball. And their role players are really stepping up. Cedric Coward in this game has just been one of those just absolute dogs that's just being really scrappy. He's getting rebounds. Santi Aldama has been knocking down threes. He's 4 for 5 from the field. He's getting wide open looks. He made one that was contested, so he has a hot hand. And yeah, it's just their bench that's stepping up. The role players are doing their jobs, and they're causing a lot of problems for the 76ers. How about 4 offensive rebounds for Cedric Coward himself? He's been the main reason why the Grizzlies have done a much better job in this second quarter in regards to just second chance opportunities. That's what I mean by much better. They scored the ball really well in the first, and the Sixers gave them a lot of looks. But that's because the Memphis Grizzlies were moving the ball at a very high rate, and the Sixers just didn't understand what assignments that they were going to. They switched a lot from man to zone, and it really just has not worked out. In the second quarter, though, did they defend a little bit better? Yes. But in a sense, because of the offensive rebounding, that's why Memphis is still up in this game. And it sucks. Coward, 15 points. Jaren Jackson Jr., give him 11 points. Now, he has not recorded a block today, but his shot selection has been pretty good. He's been knocking down some open threes, too. It's really him, Aldama, and Coward that are destroying the Philadelphia 76ers from beyond the arc and inside the paint as well. G.G. Jackson, give him 6 points and 2 assists. He also has a block. But, yeah, they're doing a really good job. The bench for the Memphis Grizzlies has put up a total of 27 points. The Sixers bench, just 6. Just 6 points from Philadelphia's bench. Grimes has played in 14 minutes. He has 4 points. That's it. A dem bonus, 6 minutes for him. 1 point in this one. And Jared McCain, 2 points in 8 minutes. And Justin Edwards, 4 minutes, no points. It's bad. It's really bad. Like number 37, says Larry. Like number 38, says Dr. Delay. You guys are the absolute best. Moving backwards. Uh-oh. Guys, speaking of moving backwards, I don't really know what this has to do with anything. You don't go backwards if you go follow Dr. Delay. You move forwards for sure. Dr. Delay is great. He covers the Pittsburgh Steelers. He does a lot of football. He does college football. He does NFL football as well. And he also covers the Pittsburgh Pirates and a lot of other baseball content during the baseball season. He is a beast. He is a star on this YouTube platform, and you should definitely go follow him. You should go comment on his channel, and man, if you could drop your link down below, that would be absolutely awesome, or else one of the mods is going to do it for you. Man. We got on the go with CeeLo here. I got a redirect. Guys, go follow that guy too. That guy is really good as well. He covers the Braves. He covers NASCAR. He does a lot of Tennessee Volunteers content as well. And you should definitely go check him out. He does some awesome vlogs whenever he's in Disney World, too. He's great. He's really awesome. 66-62, by the way, is now the score with 2:40 left to go as we are back in action here out at the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee. 66-62 as the free throw by Bona was good. Ja Morant is going to go to the line as Adem Bona knocks him over on the left elbow. And Ja will go to the line again. In this game in particular, 9 points for Ja Morant, 3 for 5 from the field, 1 assist. And the first free throw is good by Ja. It's been him, Cedric Coward, and Jaren Jackson that have been very effective as starters. And, of course, we've talked a lot about Santi Aldama off the bench, making all 3 of his threes, also 2 blocks and 5 rebounds. Morant for a second free throw. He connects, and it's now 68-62. It's a 2-possession game. Joel Embiid back in there for Philadelphia as he subs in for Dominic Barlow. Here's Grimes delivering it over to Embiid. Embiid on a handoff to Tyrese Maxey. They play a little 2-man game. Maxey gets it back on the left wing. Takes it down towards the foul line. Steps back. Tries to get some room. And bounces it over to Embiid, who gets double-teamed. The ball gets stripped away. And we have a personal foul called on Jalen Wells. It was a reach and foul. He just sort of made contact with Joel Embiid's left hand. Almost came away with a steal, but almost does not count. And a personal foul called. Joel's going to go to the line because the Grizzlies have committed more than 5 fouls, and the Sixers are in the bonus. Embiid going to the line for 2 free throws. This will be points number 15 and 16, or 16 and 17 for Joel. Here's number 16. It's good. Okay. You guys are absolutely awesome. CeeLo, long time no see. Everybody's coming on now. It's absolutely awesome. On the go with CeeLo. Drop your link down below, my friend. 68-63, 2:21 left to go in quarter number 2. Embiid's second free throw, money. Excellent. I think our defense sucks. Every team has 60 to 70 points before halftime against the Sixers. It's absolutely insane. It is. 68-64. Grizzlies have the momentum. Here is Morant down low. Blocked by Embiid. Joel Embiid denying him at the rim. And the ball goes out of bounds. 10 seconds left to go. It'll still be Memphis ball over on the near sideline. But Joel Embiid doing a good job on the defensive side. It was actually Jalen Wells who tried to go up with a layup there, not Ja Morant. 68-64. The inbound goes to Ja Morant. There's 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Morant taking it over to the baseline, swinging it outside to Aldama. Off the little dribble, puts up a 3 again, and that one's no good. Embiid tips it out over to Quentin Grimes. Sixers could cut it to 2 or 1. If they make a shot here. George with a catch-and-shoot 3 to cut it to 1. Won't go. Not that time. Rebounded by the Grizzlies. Here they come on the other side. Morant throws it away. It's stolen by Grimes. And now Maxey has it. Maxey to Grimes. Grimes goes down the lane. Tries to go with a 2. And it's denied by Jaren Jackson Jr. He's a great blocker, that's for sure. Aldama on the fast break. One more with a pass over to Jalen Wells. He dropped the little anvil there. And it's now 70-64. It was a 2-on-1. Sixers could not catch a break there. They've allowed 70 points in this first half. It is just absolutely inexcusable. Embiid will settle for a 3, and he can't hit it that time. He's not shooting the ball well from beyond the arc. He does have 17 points, though, but he's 6 for 13 from the field. We have a foul on the other side, and so with exactly 1 minute to go, Sixers did have a foul to give, and Memphis will inbound the basketball. Doc, hello. Dr. DeLay says, click me. Click me, he says. Click me with your best shot. No, I'm kidding. 1 minute left to go. Jackson gets the inbound. That's Gigi Jackson going down towards the baseline. The ball gets intercepted off the bad pass by Gigi, and it's stolen by Joel Embiid. 50 seconds left to go in this first half. Maxey to Embiid, rolling down the lane, off balance, putting up a 2. He's fouled. He was on one leg. He tried to go up with a runner inside. It didn't go, but with 46 seconds left, Embiid will muster on over to the foul line. Don't even know what that word means, JJ. Just making up words as we go. It's okay. It is what it is. How are the Vols doing? The Vols. Oh, the Vols. The Volunteers. He says, now I'm over them. Wait a minute while I go burn this hat. Oh, boy. Uh-oh, that's not good. That is not good. Embiid with his first free throw. He connects the dots and makes foul shot number 1, 70-65. Sixers again, 7-6 on the road. It's been a while since they've played well here at the FedEx Forum. Embiid has actually looked pretty well in this second quarter as both free throws are good, and the Sixers trail again by 2 possessions. It's a 70-66 game. Here's Ja Morant being heavily guarded by Quentin Grimes. And a screen comes. Morant uses it, goes in between the legs, takes it towards the left elbow, and lost the ball. It's stolen by the Sixers. Maxey set free on the other side, lays it up, and lays it in. The steal came by Adembona. He picked the pocket of Ja Morant and just found Tyrese Maxey off to the races. 18 seconds to go. Memphis with the ball, and 3 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock. Jackson swings it to Aldama. Aldama back to Jackson at the top of the key. Driving it with the right hand down inside, then he's fouled with 6.7 seconds to go. Paul George pushed him, and that's going to be called a shooting foul. And we're going to have some free throws coming up for Cedric Coward again. He's been very aggressive. He's been flexing his muscles all night long. And the Sixers just have not found a way to stop him rolling downhill. 6.7 seconds to go. In case you're wondering a little bit more about Cedric Coward, well, he has more points than his average per game this year. He's averaged 13.5 points per game, 6 rebounds, and a little bit under 3 assists. And he's just been taking over this first half. Free throw number 1 by Coward is good. Christian Koloko subs back in for Memphis. And for Philadelphia, they got Jared McCain in for Adembona. 71-68. We have a technical foul also called on Ja Morant. Wow, he just got teed up. And that means that the Sixers are going to have Tyrese Maxey shoot a free throw before the second foul shot by Coward is attempted. Maxey's foul shot is good to cut the deficit down to 2. And again, 6 7/10 of a second to go. JJ, love you, my guy. I love you too, man. I really do. I love each and every one of you. Dr. DeLay says, never a bad idea. Thanks for the entertainment. To On the Go with CeeLo. Happy that you guys are here, man. Michael's here. What's up, Michael? How are you? All right, 71-69. Howard at the line, or Coward, that is, for one more. Excuse me. Coward's foul shot is good. It's 72-69. Sixers could tie it with a 3 here before they go into the half. Let's see what they do. Maxey gets the inbound pass, takes it to the FedEx logo, tries to go up with an off-balance shot, puts it up and in. Oh my goodness, Tyrese Maxey with a chest 3. 4/10 of a second to go. And Morant gets the inbound pass, puts it up. He can't put it in. It wouldn't have counted anyways. The shot clock, or the game clock, just expired. It was just after the buzzer, but the Sixers are tied 72-72. How about that shot by Tyrese Maxey? He got his defender Wells on a little pump fake. Wells did not want to foul him. He took his hand right away, and Tyrese Maxey still made the shot way off balance, and just a circus shot by him to tie this baby up as we go into halftime. Nice, nice, nice. We'll take that. The 76ers outscored the Memphis Grizzlies 38-32 here in quarter number 2. And we will go into the third quarter in just a little bit. Give us about 10 minutes or so. The Sixers will be back. We'll be back as well, but we're not going to sign off just yet. Tyrese Maxey, 9 for 10 from the field, 24 points. Him and Embiid combined have shot the ball 15 for 23 in this game. And they have together manufactured 43 points themselves. It is great. It is absolutely awesome. Lumball is here. What is going on? He says 53 days until baseball. Never going to say it like that again. Hopefully that does not slip out of the mouth of Jason Joseph ever again. About to do it. JJ Ranson says On the Go with CeeLo. I haven't done me a rant in a little bit of time, and I hope that it stays that way. I hope I did not just jinx myself. So the Philadelphia 76ers are tied 72-72 as they go on into halftime. They did shoot the ball a little bit better in that second half, but overall, they're just not playing good defense. The defense as a team has been really bad. They have allowed the Grizzlies to shoot 55% from the field. They've also allowed them to make 24 shots from the field and 9 threes. They did do a little bit of a better job guarding the three in that second quarter. I got to give them credit there, but they're still getting out-rebounded. Cedric Coward has done a really good job on the glass, and so has Santi Aldama, and the Sixers have got to clean that up. 27-14 on the rebounding battle is just inexcusable. Now, the Sixers have had 10 steals, and I think that one of the main reasons why they're still in this game is because of the turnovers that Memphis has had. Memphis is a very sloppy team, and of course, even with Ja Morant not playing at 100% because of the injuries that he's still coming back from, you still would expect that the Grizzlies would just be trying to get in sync, and that's really what it's been for Memphis. They're a team that just has not been able to put it together, and I feel like that the Sixers have given them a lot of freebies, especially in the first quarter, where you see guys just being left wide open. The Sixers just were not able to rotate, and that's why Memphis has had success in this game. Again, did they do a better job cutting down the amount of threes that Memphis took? Absolutely. 1,000%. But it still needs to be more crisp, and it still has to be stronger. If you were to give the 76ers a letter grade for how they did in that first half, I want to hear grades down below. Give me an overall grade. An A, a B, a C, a D, a Z. I don't care what it is. Throw down the letters. Spam those letters down below because I want to hear your true thoughts on how this first half went. Overall, I would say a C. I would say a C, and I think I'm being nice. The offense did look great at the end, and the offense seemed to sort of put it together, and the defense did a little bit of a better job. But this is a Memphis Grizzlies team, again, that's 2 games under 500. They're coming off of a loss against the Washington Wizards, and you should beat this team. You really should. Even with Joel, Paul, and Tyrese Maxey still getting more reps underneath their belt playing together, they need to play better. They have to play better. And hopefully they get more of a complete third quarter out of all 3 of them. Lots of points, not much defense. It feels like an all-star game, Like guys are just not playing defense on the perimeter. They're not putting up hands, and it just, I don't know. It feels a little bit more like that type of a basketball game, and I can't necessarily be on board for that. But obviously, we still call these games no matter what, but entertainment-wise, I just don't think that it's been as highly of an entertaining game so far. But let me know what you think. Be sure to drink a lot of water, boys. Was that to me or was that to the 76ers? Need some water, need some Gatorade. They need everything that they can. King Desert says, I'm going to go with a C. Doug! What's up, Doug? It says Tyrese is on fire tonight. Tyrese Maxey, not giving him a lot of credit, but you know what? He's played very well. 24 points. Again, he's only missed 1 field goal. The 76ers are not in this game if it weren't for Tyrese Maxey's heroics in this one. It's at the point now where this is just what you expect. 24 points in the first half. This is what he's capable of doing. This is how he can take over games. He can beat you with mid-range jumpers. If the 3 is falling, good night. But even with the floaters that he just hits, and the fact that I believe, and you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I saw 2 shots tonight where he just used the offhand yet again to try to get a little runner going. And it just looks like this guy is, I don't know, like he's stepping into his prime. And this is, I can't necessarily say this is peak Tyrese Maxey, but it looks like it's it. Who knows where else his game could go, but it's special. Number 0 is just absolutely balling. Nothing else to say. Doug says, I'm going to go with a D. King Desert Loner says, unfocused. Dr. Delay says, C-. Yeah, give me one word to describe that first half. I like unfocused. I would say that the word that I would use to describe the first half, I wouldn't go sloppy. I would go defenseless. Defenseless. That's how I feel. I just don't think that they're emphasizing as much of the defensive side of the ball as they should. And now, again, I'm not in these huddles, right? I'm not on the coaching staff. I'm not even somebody that like goes to practices or sees the 76ers train, and I don't know what specific strategies go on, even from Dave Yeager, who's the defensive coach for the Philadelphia 76ers, right? One of the assistant coaches who preaches defense. But what I can tell you is that from what the eyes have shown me today, the 76ers just cannot close out. They cannot put up hands in faces on the defensive side, and the ball movement has been really crisp for Memphis, but it just seems like on these closeouts that they're just not able to get a hand in these three-point shooters' faces. We've maybe seen that like 3 or 4 times, just a handful, and not as much as we should. So that's where I stand. 76ers are so lucky that they have VJ Edgecombe. Yeah, I'm happy that you brought that up because VJ in this game, I don't think that VJ has done as good of a job in this one, but from an overall standpoint this year, VJ has been really solid, not just on the defensive side of the ball, but his playmaking ability has gotten a little bit better even when Nick Nurse has put him into a playmaking role. It does seem like over the last couple of games he's done better. I still feel like that it's wrong to put that guy in a position to fail because he did not come out of college as a playmaker. He's a shooting guard. He's a shooting guard who can play defense like a small forward, and he's really versatile. But he's one of those guys that just, when you give him the ball, he needs to be an attack-first mindset. He needs to try to take it to the cup or just create his own shot. And that's how I feel about VJ. But I will tell you that his playmaking, even though I disagree with how many times they give the ball to him and ask him to try to make plays for others, he's done a little bit of a better job. It's just unfair to ask a 19-year-old to give him that responsibility in an area where he's not necessarily comfortable with. And this is a team, again, who's trying to contend for a title. So I don't necessarily like that. It's like an NBA All-Star game for sure, says Doug. Yeah, that's the best sort of similarity that I can compare this to. So I just got to be better. They've got to play more stronger, and they've got to focus more on the defensive side. And the rebounding needs to be better, too. That's part of the defense, though. That is a part of the game. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think down below as we go on into the third quarter. And tell me what the Philadelphia 76ers have got to do a better job at. Again, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell icons too. Go subscribe to Dr. Delay. I don't know if the doc is still in or not. Same thing with On The Go with CeeLo. Mods, if you could drop their links down below, I would really, really appreciate it. It's not about how old he is. It's about how he's demonstrating his potential. Yeah, I actually agree with that. And I don't necessarily, actually, you know what? I wouldn't say potential anymore because to me, potential is he could be a number one player. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, potential is more so projections. And I know that I did say that Tyrese Maxey maybe is not at his peak right now, right? Like, maybe I said that, but I don't know, like, what, to me, like, potential is like he can be an MVP. Like right now, to me, in my opinion, with how he's been doing this year, the numbers definitely show it. He's playing like an MVP. He has taken over this game and has played so well. He's third in the NBA in scoring. This guy has just been asked to do a lot. He had 4 steals in the last game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And 2 games before that, he had 4 steals against the Brooklyn Nets. So he's just, I don't know, like, you've asked Tyrese Maxey to do a better job on both ends. This guy this month, in general, has a total of 9 blocks. Do you know Tyrese Maxey has never had 9 blocks in a month? For him to just be able to do that is insane. So, I don't know. I had to voice that, and I had to sort of get that off my chest. We're ready to start off the third quarter. We should be ready in just a little bit. Dr. DeLay says, yes, sir, I'm still here. You are the man. MVP! I had to slip in a sip of water there because I just had to get the vocal cords all rested up. I can't believe it's been 5 days since we last streamed. It feels like it's been longer. We feel very fresh, and I'm just really happy to see you guys. I really am. Like I said before, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button too if you do like 76ers content that we do on this channel with the play-by-plays. Same thing with the Eagles, same thing with the Phillies. If you have not checked out any of those teams that we've done or any of our calls that we've done for either of those teams, you should definitely go check those out too. I think it's safe to say, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but we do as great of a job as we possibly can to give you guys more so vivid imagery of what's going on in the game. Dr. DeLay says, speaking of the Phillies, didn't really say that. He says, are you ready for the Phillies? I'm not ready yet. I mean, I'm excited, don't get me wrong, and when baseball season comes, oh, man, we're going to have a blast. But I want to see the rest of the Eagles season first and get me closer to the end of the Sixers season and a little bit of the Flyers too. So, but yeah, that's how I feel. But once baseball season's here, I'll be ready. Once February comes, I'll be like, all right, it's time. It is time, but I'm enjoying the football season. I'm enjoying a little bit more of a step back from things. And then once the baseball season starts, it's back to getting on the bike every single day, and with spring training and the rest of the Sixers, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of stuff. Back from ads, I missed your Edgecombe speech, says King Desert Loner. Yeah, I just feel like that VJ Edgecombe has done a very good job stepping up, and he doesn't necessarily look like a rookie out there some of the times with the way that he plays defense. His IQ is just so good. I'll watch the fourth quarter at times, and I'll see that he just understands where the ball is going to go, and he looks like a safety out there. He just does. How many times have we seen VJ Edgecombe just get a really good read on where the basketball is going to land when it comes to a rebound and when it comes to just an interception, right? Like that, he's made some really big game-saving plays. I will never forget that tip back that he had to give the 76ers the lead against the Golden State Warriors, and that steal that he had that was just absolutely insane right before that. And then, of course, we have Tyrese Maxey's chase down block at the very end of the game with about like 0.6 of a second to go. That was absolutely nuts. But VJ Edgecombe's play in that game was absolutely spectacular, and he's been doing that almost every single night on the defensive side. And offensively, I think that he's going to become, I think he's still a project, and I feel like that there's a lot of room for him to grow, but I've been very impressed with what he's done as a rookie. And that's my overall take on VJ Edgecombe. And I'm a big fan of his. He shows a lot of athleticism. His dunks are very explosive, and he looks like Anthony Edwards. I've made that comparison a couple of times, but that's who he sort of reminds me of. Not telling you that he's going to beat Anthony Edwards, but he sort of reminds me of him a little bit. All right, so here we go. Sixers start off the third quarter. They're back in action in their white and blue uniforms with the white stars going down each side. Maxey dumps it off to Dominic Barlow. More dribble handoffs for the Philadelphia 76ers, and Maxey gets it back. He gives it up over to Joel Embiid at the foul line. Tries to go up with a 2. Passes it out of the shot. Gives it over to Maxey. Maxey to Embiid. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid's 3. It's going to go in and out. Joel Embiid had the look, just could not finish it from beyond the arc. Here's Morant with a little Euro step, finishing with the left hand, putting good English off the backboard, and just laying it up and in. I'll tell you what, this guy is just an absolute freight train when he still goes downhill. Even if he doesn't dunk the ball, he still can just find a way to put good English off the backboard on Euro steps. Maxey gets it back from Embiid. They swing it around the timeline. Edgecombe to Barlow, over, down on the baseline. Barlow underneath the basket, swings it out to Maxey, and his desperation three is way off the mark. It was forced, and he just had to fire it with 1 second left on the shot clock. Morant got the rebound, and he's fouled immediately by Dominic Barlow. And that was a foul on the floor. It's 9:31 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, Philadelphia and Memphis headed on into this third quarter, all tied up at 72. It's now 74-72 as the shot was good on the other side by the Grizzlies. Here's Morant again, passing it to near corner, three-point shooter. That one won't go. Cedric Coward. Nobody could box him out. Throws it down with two hands. He has just been an absolute beast when it comes to rebounding the ball. The Sixers have not been able to put a body on him. And speaking of the Sixers, they'll turn it over off of another moving screen, and that'll cause Memphis to get the ball back. It's 76-72. 76ers trail by 4. Morant to Jackson over on the block. Jackson back to Coward underneath the rim. Tries to go up with a 2 over Embiid. Not that time. Couldn't get it over the tree right there. Edgecombe will deliver it over to Paul George. And now George gets it back from Joel Embiid off the elbow, putting up a little floater, and he can't hit it that time. Memphis again off to the races. Coward gets the ball blocked by Embiid, but he reaches on into the hand, and they will call shooting foul on Joel as well. And we will have some more free throws by Cedric Coward. I got to tell you, with the way that this guy is played in this one, it kind of reminds me, and I'm not telling you that it's been a Derrick Rose performance, but with the aggressiveness that he's had, Derrick Rose-esque when it comes to just his hard work and his grit and his mental toughness, man. 77-72 as Coward makes his first free throw. And he'll head to the line for one more. He has 21 points in this game, a double-double. Hasn't happened in a little bit of time for Cedric, as the next free throw is up and in, and Memphis now leads it by 6. The last double-double that Cedric Coward had was back on December 12th, and that was against the Utah Jazz. The Grizzlies did lose that game, but 17 points and 12 rebounds. His third double-double of the month. 78-72. Embiid gets it down low on the block. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Coward guarding him. Embiid zips it over to Barlow out of the double team. And Barlow throws it down with both hands. Embiid was trapped on the baseline and had to just zip it over to Barlow, and nobody was on him. Morant on the other side, finishing with the left-handed layup, and that's good. It's now 80-74. Edgecombe trying to drive it downhill, gets the ball denied off of Ja Morant's block. He swatted it away like it was a fly, and it'll still be Sixers ball. Exactly 17 seconds to go on the shot clock, and my mistake, it was Jaren Jackson Jr. who got a hand on the ball, not Ja Morant. Jackson Jr. is one of the top blockers in the NBA. Still having a very good defensive season for Memphis. 80-74. Maxey will inbound it to Paul George over on the near corner. George to Edgecombe. And now back to Maxey at the top of the key. Here's Embiid handing it off to Tyrese Maxey. They swing it around, give it back to Embiid, and Embiid goes up with a floater, and he's fouled. And we'll have some more free throws coming up for number 21. Kinman is here. What's up, Scott? How are you? Good to see you, my friend. And what's going on, Dr. DeLay? How are you doing, my friend? He says. Dr. DeLay is here. I'm really happy to see you on here, my friend. It is so good to see you. Usually when I'm streaming, you're usually streaming. So it's just really nice to be able to see you and have you on here. 80-74, Embiid at the charity stripe for a pair of foul shots. The first one, he drains it and makes it 80-75. Paul George, 10 points. Joel Embiid with 21, and Tyrese Maxey, 24. Maxey has not scored, though, yet in this third quarter. Embiid, second free throw, and that one goes in. The score is 80-76, and now you pass, and that one is good off the assist by Ja Morant. They drew that thing up, and the Sixers defense again sleeping at the wheel. Morant finding Cedric Coward speeding past Joel Embiid, down low on the other side. Here's a three by VJ Edgecombe, no can do. Koloko catches the board and hauls it on in. Morant, all eyes on him at the top of the key, being guarded by Barlow, gets past the screen, gets some space, and knocks down an elbow J, and puts Memphis up by 6. The Sixers getting outscored 12-6 in this third quarter so far. Here's Embiid again, working around the screen set by Maxey. Embiid rolling to the basket, going up with a 2. Killed the bucket and a foul. Joel Embiid going downhill, finishing like a freight train, and getting fouled by Christian Koloko. He is in takeover mode, number 21. He got double-teamed there. Jaren Jackson Jr. made a little bit of contact with his right hand, trying to swat that ball away, and they call shooting foul. And Embiid is going to go to the line for one more to try to make it 84-79. And we'll see how it goes. Takes a dribble. Foul shot up and in.
Excellent.
All right, that's a 5-point lead for the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant again dribbling with the left hand, conducting the traffic, being the maestro. A chest pass that goes to Jalen Wells, and a handoff back to Ja Morant. They swing it around the timeline. The ball finds an open shooter, and what do you know? Another 3 goes up and in by Cedric Coward. It's just like this guy is going off like Steph Curry, and the Sixers are not even putting a body on him. Edgecombe gets it down low, finishes with a tough 2. The refs chew the whistle. It was a nice pass by Tyrese Maxey, a bounce pass to VJ Edgecombe in the dunker spot, and he laid it up and he laid it on in. Wells, wide open three-pointer, bullseye, 90-81, and the Sixers just not rotating yet again, inside, outside for Memphis. With a near corner 3. Embiid with a little pass to Tyrese Maxey off the dribble. Maxey puts it up and knocks it down. 90-83, 7:15 remaining in the third quarter, and the Sixers now down by 7. Here's Ja Morant again, giving it back to Jalen Wells. His 3, he had a body on him, and Joel Embiid gets the rebound, but we do have a foul called on Cedric Coward. It was a loose ball foul, and a plethora of substitutions coming on in for the Memphis Grizzlies. They have 4 new players coming on in, and we'll see how the Philadelphia 76ers do with the new substitutions that Memphis has. Jalen Wells, Santi Aldama, Gigi Jackson, Jack Landau, and Cam Spencer all out there for the Grizzlies. Sixers have George, Barlow, Embiid, Maxey, and Edgecombe. Here's Maxey getting the inbound pass, trying to post up his defender. He's going to pass it to Joel Embiid over on the block on the left side. Embiid to Barlow for a little cutting layup, and Dominic Barlow finishes with the right hand on the right side of the baseline. And with that, we're almost halfway done the third quarter. Cam Spencer working around the screen. Paul George, his defender. And another bounce pass that goes back to Cam Spencer. He had it. He gave it back to Santi Aldama. Works around the Jack Landau screen. Puts up a tough floater inside. Won't go. Good defense by Paul George. And Tyrese Maxey climbs the ladder for the rebound. Embiid to Maxey on the bounce pass. Maxey off the window. Puts it up. Can't put it in. Dominic Barlow tips it in. And so the Memphis Grizzlies crying wolf to the refs, thinking that it was offensive basket interference. They're not happy with the call, but for now it's 90-87. We have a floater that's up and a foul called on the other side. Man, oh man, you can absolutely see, if you're watching the game, and obviously a lot of you aren't, but if you're watching the game, Tomas Losalo absolutely in the ref's ear still about that Dominic Barlow tip-in. They tried to call. They tried to get a challenge off. They didn't do so. It's 90-87. We have a timeout taken, and the Sixers will be right back. Okay, Grizzlies call a timeout. Tyrese Maxey got called for a personal foul, and they will return soon. I feel ya. JJ says, Dr. DeLay, football games almost every day, lol, taking a break today. That's good. That's good, man. You deserve it. You've been working your ass off. And I know I just cursed there, but, I mean, I can absolutely say that because you really have. You've been grinding and you've been putting in the work, and I tip my cap to you even though I'm not wearing a cap. But still, I do. I'll give you a lot of credit. JJ, odd request. Can you give the playlist for all three teams? The pregame music, the break music, and postgame. I think postgame is different as well. Can you give the playlist for all three teams? The playlist. I don't know what the pregame music, the break music, and the postgame. That I can't do. I don't have all the music with me. I'm hoping. One thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get somebody to do some music for me. But that's a little bit of a pain in the you-know-what. I'm trying to do that for baseball season. But if you guys have any ideas, definitely let me know because I need something that's copyright free. And this is the music that I do use for now. Sometimes I know it doesn't play and there's some technical problems with it, and I apologize, but that's sort of out of my control. 90-81 was the final score. Was a final score back in 2008. Jeez, yeah. It's a different game, my friend. We're not even halfway done the third quarter, and this is exactly how it's gone. And I'll tell you what, it seems like that the commissioner likes it this way. And I like high scoring. Don't get me wrong, but when there's good defense, I have a much more appreciation for that too. It's like baseball and football, right? Same thing. I like the scrappy, like the 1-0 games. If it's fought hard, I love those types of games. But I like the high scoring ones too. When we're watching the World Series and we're seeing back and forth games between the Houston Astros, and again, this is at the time, not hindsight, but the Astros and the Dodgers just back and forth. 3-run home run by Cody Bellinger. All of a sudden, Jose Altuve ties it up with a 3-run homer. And then Yasiel Puig gets a go-ahead home run. You know what I mean? Like, just the back and forth. Like, that's pretty cool. But I also have an appreciation for the one-hitters, right? The no-hitters or the pitching duels that go on. It's the same thing with basketball. It's the same thing with any sort of competition. Adem Bona is going to step on in for Dominic Barlow as the Sixers are back in action. Quentin Grimes will also come in for Joel Embiid as he will take a little breather. So that means the Sixers, they're starting five now. It's George, Maxey, Edgecombe, Bona, and Grimes. 90-87, Sixers could try to tie it with a three if they play defense here. Jalen Wells delivers it over to Santi Aldama on the near wing. Aldama gets past Paul George, goes up with a tough two over Adem Bona, and he got it to go. That was not easy. Andre Drummond has not sniffed the court at all in this game. He was not even ruled out. I just find that really weird. He's the backup center for the Philadelphia 76ers. 92-87, Memphis up again by 2 possessions. Grimes with the rock. Steps into a three-point shot on the near wing. No can do. Offensive rebound, though, by Adem Bona. Bona delivers it back outside to George. His three. Switch goes the basketball. And Paul George knocks down his third tray of the ball game. He now has 13 points in this outing so far. Half of Tyrese Maxey's points. Maxey has 26. Paul George has 13. He's third on the team in scoring. Aldama zips it, and it's intercepted by VJ Edgecombe. Maxey back to Edgecombe, rolling down Broadway, tying this baby up. VJ Edgecombe being an absolute soarer and just flying downhill, tying the game at 92. Landau at the top of the key, giving it back to Cam Spencer, and we have an offensive foul called on the moving screen by Santi Aldama. And the Sixers could try to get their first lead of the second half with this potential bucket here if they end up cashing it on in. Givanutz with the raid. Thank you so much, my friend. Over on Twitch, he's the absolute best. Go follow Givanutz if you guys like gaming. He does an absolutely awesome job. Maxey with a handoff to Adem Bona. They play a little game of catch. And now George steps back, tries to hit a three off the top of the key, and he can't do it. And another rebound headed to Memphis's way. Gosh, can the Sixers just close out on the boards? Another little floater. It was actually a little hook shot by Jock Landau, and that one is good to now make it 94-92. Maxey trying to respond on the other side. Gets a double team, floats it up, and gets it to go. And give Tyrese Maxey 28 points. Here's a steal by Grimes. Off the bad pass by Morant. Grimes for the lead. Yes! Oh, yes, baby! It was a layup and a timeout taken by Memphis. It's now 96-94. Philadelphia with its first lead of the third quarter. And it's a 96-94 game with 3:58 left to go in quarter number 3. Let's go. Awesome sequence for the Philadelphia 76ers. Adembona's offensive rebounds, Tyrese Maxey's layups, and Quentin Grimes. They're all stepping up. I remember when Dr. DeLay had 12 subs, Dr. DeLay blew up. JJ was a big help, says Michael. But you know what, man? Like, I can't. I mean, man, like, my guy, for sure. And I know that you're not saying this, but as much as we love helping other streamers and we like growing people's communities, my man has really put in the work himself. I always tell people on here, right, that if you want to make it in this game, you really have to put in the work. It's, rain or shine, doesn't matter if you're having a good day or not, you got to put in the work. And you can have all the talent in the world, you could be considered really good at your job, but if you're not stepping up, if you're not stepping up, and if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're never going to make it. And Dr. DeLay is certainly one of those that I have a lot of respect for. Absolutely. Excuse me. Edgecombe is showing off his playmaking, is showing off his abilities now. He is showing his abilities. And I really feel like that, obviously he has 9 points in this game, but his defense has been really solid. Definitely speeding up the game out in transition. Sixers just look better without Joel Embiid right now. It's just really funny how that really works, Like the dynamic has really changed, and they play faster, they play stronger, they've done really well. And I can't necessarily be mad about that. Oh, yes, JJ, I love your channel, buddy. Well, I appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody that is on here supporting the channel and just tuning on in. 96-94 is the score between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Memphis Grizzlies. We did just have another, what was that, Steve? Steve became a member again? Nice job. Let's go. Memberships, they're $2.99 a month. There's a link down below. If you guys want to become a member, you most certainly can. There we go. I think that's the tag. If not, one of my mods knows exactly what it is. There we go. That is the tag. Nice. Okay. Philadelphia 76ers, they lead it by 2. 3:38 left to go in this third quarter. Memphis has the rock. Aldama giving it back to Jack Landau. Landau at the top of the wing on the near side. Swings it around the timeline. Aldama puts up a three off of a catch and shoot. Can't get it to go. The ball goes out of bounds. Sixers let it roll, and it'll be Sixers basketball. 3:38 remaining in quarter number 3. Still plenty of time left to go. Sixers have just got to take care of the basketball and just continue to make shots on offense. Here's Maxey again. Getting around the double team. Swinging it over to VJ Edgecombe on the near side. Edgecombe to Bona. And back to Maxey at the top of the key. Maxey swings it to Adembona. Bounce pass to Dominic Barlow over on the near block. Barlow, Euro step, trying to go up with a 2. And we have a shot clock violation called as Jock Landau blocked Dominic Barlow's layup. And it'll be Memphis ball. They could take the lead with a 3 or tie it up with a 2. And the Sixers defense has got to be strong on this possession. It's Grimes, Barlow, Maxey, Edgecombe, and Bona out there for Philadelphia. Landau working around the screen, taking it down Broadway, goes up with a 2 over a Bona and makes the left-handed layup on the left side of the baseline. Use the offhand, Cam Spencer, and we're tied at 96. Less than 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Edgecombe on the drive to the basket, puts it up with the left hand. That one won't go. Rebounded by Cam Spencer. And Spencer throws it over to John Morant. That one goes up, and that one is good. So that was actually Javon Small, who made the little layup wide open, 98-96. Again, Grimes going downhill, taking a foul line. Jay off the dribble, getting his defender on skates and putting it up and in. We're locked up at 98 again. Morant ready to come back on in after another stoppage in play. Here's Spencer again, giving it back to Javon Small. He stepped out of bounds. And as Small tried to dribble it, his left foot was just on the baseline. It hit the black chalk, and it'll be Philadelphia basketball. Jaren Jackson Jr. also stepping on in for G.G. Jackson. And Philadelphia has the rock. 2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. Sixers have done a much better job shooting the ball here in this third quarter. In the game, they're shooting 36% from 3, but in the quarter, it's been about 50% or so. Edgecombe dribbles it, takes it outside towards the perimeter, and now dribbles back down over towards the nail. He is going to bounce pass it over to Dominic Barlow. His baseline, Jay, is up and no good. That was from about 10 feet. Dominic Barlow, not really a good jump shooter, just had it a little bit short. Landau trying to drive it over a Bona. Bona plays good defense. He's forced to pass it back outside to Spencer. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Spencer back to Landau. Here's a floater. That's denied by Bona. It goes back into the hands, though, of Landau, and he makes the layup. Oh, no. 198. Embiid ready to sub back in for Philadelphia. After the next stoppage of play, 1:30 left to go in the third quarter. We have another technical foul called on Jock Landau. He can't believe it, and Maxey will head to the line to shoot a free throw. Gosh, just a weird sequence of events. Bona gets a really nice block, and it's just, again, with the bad bounce that it took, went into the hands of Jock Landau, that is. And so it's 199. Embiid does enter back in for Dominic Barlow, who will take a quick breather. Landau is also going to go on over to the sideline and take a seat over on the bench with exactly 90 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. It's a 1-point lead for Memphis. Philadelphia has the rock again. Maxey crosses over about 3 times, gets a screen from Embiid. Embiid gets a bounce pass from Tyrese Maxey, swings it outside to Grimes for a wide-open 3, and the basketball gods say no. Another rebound by Cedric Coward. Gosh, he's just been so active on the glass. What else can you say? Grimes nearly got a pick off of a bad pass by Aldama. The ball gets back into Aldama's hands. Aldama, 1 foot, puts up a 2. Won't go. Grimes, rebound for Philadelphia. And now 54 seconds to go in the third quarter as it's dwindling down. Embiid to Maxey, driving it to the baseline. A little behind the back pass to Embiid. He couldn't finish it. Not 1, not 2. Can he get it on the third try? He gets the rebound off of the third one and now has to take it over to the baseline again. Spins, turns, puts it up with the left hand. No foul called. Tips it up and tips it in. What a hard-fought shot by Joel Embiid. 101-100. Absolutely embarrassing for the Memphis Grizzlies, but the Sixers will certainly take it. Landau zips it, and Maxey deflects it. It goes out of bounds, though, off the left hand of Tyrese Maxey. So another bad pass by Memphis, and Tyrese Maxey just got a hand on it, and it went on out of bounds. Okay, it's 101-100. That is the score for Philadelphia. And with 20.8 seconds left to go, Memphis is going to get the inbound here. Spencer gets it stolen away by Adembona. Another bad pass and an easy pick for Adembona over on the far sideline. Here's Tyrese Maxey. Shot clock's on blood. Drives it down the lane. Puts up a tough floater. No. Off the second try. It's up and it's good. 2.9 seconds left to go. Here's Landau going down the lane. Puts up a two. It's denied by Bona. And that's how the third quarter ends. 103-100. Sixers defense is strong. And they play really well off the glass, too, as they go into quarter number 4. Let's go, baby. We're going into the fourth. Still plenty of basketball to go, but the Sixers have shown a lot of hearts. And they came out firing out of the gates in the third. And they put together their best third quarter of the season, without a doubt. How about that block by Bona, man? Gosh. Offensive rebounds by Embiid. And Tyrese Maxey. Woof. Effort. Love it. Hello, JJ and freaks. Happy holidays. One day closer to baseball. Pure adrenaline sports, dude. All the commentators, all the content creators are coming on. What is up, PAS? Shout out to you. Happy late birthday, my friend. Oh my gosh, I apologize for not reaching out earlier. I really do apologize. But I really hope that you had an awesome day. Guys, make sure that you go subscribe to Pure Adrenaline Sports for Jets games, for Mets games. He also does the Flyers, and you should really go check him out. He's been a very big supporter of the channel, and I can easily call him a friend for sure. He's an absolute awesome person, and you should go follow him and go support his channel, without a doubt. Scott says, good night, JJ. Good night to you, my friend. Sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite, and I hope that you have a great rest of your night, too. All righty, 103-100 as we go into quarter number 4. Philadelphia, again, leads it by 3 points. Tyrese Maxey, 31. Joel Embiid, 26. This is the best that Joel Embiid has looked all season long. It's weird. Embiid gets benched and the 76ers flourish. Is Embiid poison? I'll tell you this, though. As soon as Joel came back in, though, he got 4 offensive rebounds and was just an absolute monster down low. So he comes back in, he looks rejuvenated, and that really helped the Sixers close out that quarter. So I can't necessarily say that, were the Sixers playing better without him? The Sixers were playing better without him from the first 2 quarters, but then he comes back in, and he's giving a lot of effort. And he's just crashing the glass. He's giving them second chance opportunities. He's making fadeaway shots, and he's being a dog, an absolute dog. So I can't necessarily say anything bad about that. I just hope that he keeps it up as we go on into quarter number 4. Jared McCain will come on in for Tyrese Maxey. Speaking of the fourth quarter, Gigi Jackson, Christian Coloco, and Ja Morant enter back in for the Memphis Grizzlies. Aldama, Small, and Spencer will take a little breather. 17 more subs until we get to 82 hundo. Dexter Davis, what's going on? He says Embiid is lazy. What's up, Dexter? Shout out to you, man. Thanks so much for coming on here. Again, folks, if you are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. We do a radio play-by-play style for Philadelphia 76ers basketball, for Philadelphia Eagles football, and for Philadelphia Phillies baseball, too. So if you're wondering why you're talking fast, well, it's a basketball game, and you got to call it like it's on the radio. You got to be the eyes and the ears. Morant going down the lane and putting up a tough layup inside. Got it to go. It's 105 or 103 to 102, I should say. That was a big shot by Ja Morant. Again, this guy is just so good at finishing, and no one can stop him when he's going downhill. Edgecombe stepping back, thought about taking the 3. Instead, he goes down the lane, kicks it out to Grimes for a near corner 3. Splash! 106-102, Quentin Grimes knocking down his second tray of the game. That's also his 4th field goal as well. That was a nice shot there. 106-102. 11:15 to go in quarter number 4. A tough runner that's denied by Embiid. And Bona gets the rebound off the missed shot by Jaren Jackson Jr. Sixers go a little bit big here with Bona and Embiid. Embiid will settle for a 3 on a catch and shoot. And he splashes it from the right side of the wing. Joel Embiid, give him now 28 points in this game. And he is just connecting on all ends. Morant with a floater inside. Foul called on Philadelphia. The shot did not go in. It was on Jared McCain. And Ja will stay right where he's at, and he'll shoot a pair of foul shots. Now, Embiid's 3, they might call it back because his toenail, it looks like that his big toe was just on the line. And instead, it'll be 108-102 as the free throw, the first one that is by Ja, is good. Ja does have 19 points in this game so far. Was a former second overall pick back in 2019 by the Grizzlies. Went to Murray State College. Is now 26 years old. Free throw number 2, and that one is good as gold. So we've played about a little bit over a minute and 20 seconds in this fourth quarter so far. Edgecombe taking it over towards the near side of the corner. Gives it back to Embiid. Embiid's elbow J won't go, and rebound belongs to Jaren Jackson Jr. again. He's been absolutely active on the glass. 7 rebounds for him, 3 assists, 11 points, 2 personal fouls as well. Another layup on the other side, and that's good by Ja Morant. He is heating up here in this fourth quarter. He looks fresh out of a cannon off the bench. Quentin Grimes working around the screen and doing a little pick and roll with Joel Embiid. They have a little two-man game going. Embiid rolls to the basket, and he's fouled as he tries to put up a little floater inside. And he got Christian Koloko baited. And Joel will head to the line again. More foul shots coming up for Joel Embiid. Man, oh boy. Sixers, their next game, by the way, that will be game number 32. Their next game will be on Thursday. They play against the Dallas Mavericks. That'll be New Year's Day. And then they head to New York to play against the Knicks on Saturday. And that'll be at Madison Square Garden. That game's at 7:30. The game on Thursday against Dallas is at 8:30. They just played Dallas not too long ago. It was on Saturday, December 20th, and they ended up winning that game 121-114. It's a 110-106 ball game. Joel Embiid makes both free throws.
Excellent.
Here's Coward again going up with a right-handed floater. It was a baby hook, and that one won't go. Bona cleans the glass. Gives it back to Jared McCain. McCain to Embiid, who goes, crosses over in between the legs, and Embiid gets it back. Jared McCain had the ball. Embiid another shot, and that one's no good. Edgecombe gets the long rebound. I don't know how Coward didn't get it that time, but VJ beat him right to the punch. Edgecombe with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Gives it back to Embiid. Looking to post up somebody, and he tries to throw it, and it's intercepted. That was a bad pass to Adem Bona. He was being double covered there, and we have some pushing and shoving to the ground on another foul on Philadelphia. There was about 1.7 seconds to go on the shot clock. It looked like that Ja got pushed by Adem Bona. The ball did go out of bounds. I don't think that they called it. No, they did not. It's going to still be Sixers ball. There's 1.7 seconds left on the shot clock. Bona's going to have to inbound it from the baseline, and it's going to have to be a catch and shoot. They'll give it to Grimes. Grimes' catch and shoot 3 is just a little bit off the mark. He got a good look there, too, and it was on the far corner. Ja Morant comes up with his 5th rebound of the game. Morant at the logo again, getting past Jared McCain. McCain not really a good defensive player, and Ja Morant shows him how it's done off the 10-foot or the 15-foot pull-up jumper. Ja Morant has been an absolute weapon here in this fourth quarter. He's getting space. He's just able to deliver. And the Sixers have got to respond. No Paul George just yet. Edgecombe driving it down the lane, kicking it out to Embiid, and Embiid's pass is wide to Jared McCain that goes out of bounds. Not what you want to do. You don't want to turn the ball over there. And the Sixers have a costly turnover. Hopefully it does not come back to bite them. Aldama enters back in for Jaren Jackson Jr. 8:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's a 10-7 run by the Memphis Grizzlies. And Ja Morant dribbling up with the basketball again, being guarded by Quentin Grimes. Here comes a screen. Does Ja use it? Yes, he does. He gets past Quentin Grimes, and now Adembona is on him. He backs up to the three-point line, and he'll give it back to Adama. Adama back to Ja Morant. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Morant's going down the lane with the left hand. Count the bucket and a foul. Ja Morant off balance, providing some ballet moves, and finishing with the left hand as Adembona reached on in and fouled him right on the right side of the elbow. Gosh, and Ja is going to go back to the line again. This guy has just been absolutely maddening here in this fourth quarter. He's taken over like he's Michael Jordan right now, really. It's insane. Ja will try to give Memphis the lead again. They haven't led in a little bit of time. We're tied up at 110. Ja takes a dribble, puts up the free throw, and swishes it again, and Memphis gets the lead back 111 to 110. Need the Sixers to score here. Ja has scored all 11 points for Memphis in this fourth quarter. Edgecombe driving it down low, gets it denied by G.G. Jackson. It goes out of bounds. Sixers ball, though, with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Man. They're just getting down low on the block. I'll tell you, Memphis' defense is really good, but Sixers had a chance to try to get a look there, and they could not capitalize. Grimes to Paul George off the elbow, steps back and passes it to Edgecombe for a three. That's no good. Grimes gets a hand on it and gives it back over to Jared McKean. The ball got knocked out of McKean's hands, and Paul George still comes up with it somehow, some way. George, step back, ISO 2 at the foul line, no good. And Ja comes up with his miss. Morant driving downhill, goes up with a tough two. No foul called. McCain rebound. Outlet pass to VJ Edgecombe. One-on-one defense. Edgecombe's tough layup is good. And a timeout taken by Philadelphia. As Cedric Coward lost the ball, it went out of bounds. Right after Edgecombe made the layup, Coward lost it. Sixers ball, and that's how the timeout is taken. 7:22 to go in quarter number 4, and still plenty of time left to go. This game is going to probably come down to the wire. VJ Edgecombe, let's go! VJ 11 points, 4 assists, and 5 field goals made. Oh, man. 61 likes, baby. Nice, very, very good. JC Fitz, what's up, JC? JJ is the best Sixers play-by-play on YouTube. I appreciate that, man. I really do. That means a lot coming from you, man. It really is. JC Fitz and the Phillies and the Eagles. Yep. Should definitely go check out our Eagles and our Phillies content. I think it's safe to say. And again, not trying to flex. I'm not doing any of that, but I think that we do a pretty darn good job. Could always be better. It's not perfect. I'm a perfectionist, but there's no such thing as a perfect cast. Always looking to get better. We need Philadelphia to win, says James, because if they do, they help out the Lakers. James is here. What's up, James? James came on when we were covering those Dodgers games, just like Valerie. She came on a little bit earlier. Shout out to them. Shout out to those people that have been supporting us, man. I root for the Steagles. Is that a mixture of the Steelers and the Eagles? Is that what I see? The Pirates and the 76ers. I'm telling you, Kings, if you really like the Steelers and if you like the Pirates, my guy, Dr. DeLay, over on YouTube does an absolutely incredible job. So if you want to come on over on the YouTube side and go subscribe to Dr. DeLay, you most certainly can, man. Shout out, boss from the Philippines. People from the Philippines, shout out to them. Yes, sir. Where are you guys tuning on in from? Let me know down below. We got one person from the Philippines. And that is awesome. That is really cool. Alrighty, Philadelphia leads at 112 to 111. That's also really cool. But what's not cool is that there's 7 minutes and 22 seconds left to go. And, I mean, as a basketball fan, it's great. But as a 76ers fan, it's cardiac. And it's just exactly what you expect. A game that's probably going to come down to the wire. And a game that the Philadelphia 76ers cannot rest Tyrese Maxey. And they're going to have to rely on him and other guys to really step up. I like both the Steelers and the Eagles. I figured that. I figured that's why you said Steagles. I figured that was not a typo. I figured that. DC area. What's up, Doug? I know I said hi to you before. Raffy Anna's here. Drop those fires in the chat, baby. Whew. Let's go. What does that say? The Steagles, I believe, are the 1942 Steelers and Eagles merged for 1 year due to World War II. I don't remember that. That's crazy. All righty, here we go. Philadelphia back in action. Let's go, baby. All right, so Paul George back out there for Philadelphia. He gives it up over to VJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe almost lost his dribble. He was down in the lane. He gets it back. Gives it over to Bona. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Edgecombe, crossover, 2, puts it up. Can't put it on in. Darn it. Oh, he had the look. Just couldn't capitalize. Here's, again, Coward going down Broadway. Posts it inside. It was a left-handed sledgehammer, and he's going to lay that on his wall over VJ Edgecombe. That was disgusting. 113 to 112. He went flying in the air from inside the lane and just threw it down with that left hand. That was absolutely ridiculous. Bona gets it down low on the block for Philadelphia, and we have a shooting foul called on Jacques Landau. Adem is going to get back up and go to the line to at least try to tie the game here and possibly give the Sixers a lead. The lead, not a lead. 113 to 112. Man, what a game for Cedric Coward. 28 points, 10 for 15 from the field. That is a career high for Cedric Coward in points. And the first free throw is up and good to tie this baby up. Okay. Foul shot number 2 coming on up. There's Eric Gordon and Joel Embiid over on the sideline for Philadelphia. VJ also dancing during the timeout. It showed that. And here's the lead for Philadelphia. It's good by Adem Bona. All righty. 114 to 113. Morant giving it down low to Wells. Getting it denied by Adem Bona. Oh, what a block there by Adem. Here's a 3 by Philadelphia. That one won't go. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Memphis basketball. My, oh my, Adem Bona denying. Jalen Wells in the air. He tried to go for the layup, and Adem Bona got it. It was actually VJ Edgecombe that got it and made a really nice play. Scratch that. That was my bad. But VJ Edgecombe with just an absolutely beautiful rejection on the other side. Sixers couldn't capitalize, though, and get a bucket. Maxey gets a hand in the defender's face. It was Jalen Wells. The ball went off of Jalen Wells, and it's going to be Sixers ball. It was a pass that was supposed to go to Jalen Wells. It was a turnover on Santi Aldama, and Maxey just was able to get a hand on it and knock it off of Wells' hands. Edgecombe back to Tyrese Maxey at the top of the key. Here comes the double team, and a kicked ball violation called as Maxey threw it right to the feet of Jalen Wells. And with 14 seconds left on the shot clock, Sixers will still have the ball. 5:51 to go. They lead it by 1. It's 114-113. George inbounds it from the near sideline and hands it off over to Quentin Grimes. That's the inbound pass. George running down Broadway, laying it up, laying it on in. And Philadelphia up by 3. Gosh, what a back-and-forth game this has been. 116-113. It's been very fast. Wells again on the drive to the basket. Giving it back outside. They swing the hot potato around. Here's a three-pointer to tie it. That one won't go. Grimes gets the rebound for Philadelphia. And Sixers have a man advantage. And now, as Tyrese Maxey slows the game down, they didn't want to speed it up there. Everybody's back on defense. Maxey crosses over. Gives it back to Edgecombe. Wide open 3 on the near wing. Bullseye! PJ Edgecombe stepping up in the clutch. 119 to 113. 5 minutes to go, and there's a solo layup by Jalen Wells. Nobody was guarding him. The Sixers fell asleep at the wheel. Santi Aldama got the apple. 4:50 to go in quarter number 4. Sixers have got to get another bucket here. That would be really huge. Maxey conducting the offense and telling the traffic to go somewhere as Edgecombe provides him with a screen. Maxey works past the screen, gives it back to Edgecombe. Another three. He'll bet. Oh, my goodness. Mr. Fourth Quarter steps up again. 122, 115, 4:25 to go. Embiid is still not back out there for the 76ers. Here's a shot that gets waved off as a foul is issued on Tyrese Maxey. It was on the floor. I believe it was Jalen Wells that got fouled. VJ Edgecombe. I mean, no one's putting a body on him, and this guy is just stepping up. We've seen it time and time again that this rookie just looks like an absolute pro in the fourth quarter, not just on the defensive side, but on offense too. 8 points in this fourth quarter, back-to-back threes made by Edgecombe, and he has 17 points in this game alone. And we have a timeout taken, 122 to 115. Philadelphia up by 7 points. Drop those VJ Edgecombe emotes, folks. That's great. Yes. Steve says, I'm tuning in from Chatsford, PA. What's up, Scott? He says, wishing you a great new year. Yes, sir. Scott, thanks so much for tuning on in. I'm from Erie, PA. Ooh, Sydney, Australia. Long time no see, says my friend Dr. DeLay. Hope all is well. Yes, sir. I'm hoping everything is well with you too, Scott, man. You are the absolute best. King Desert Loner says, and I can't choose between the Penguins and the Flyers, both rivals, forbidden fruits. Oh, man, when it comes to Sidney Crosby, I'm sorry, but you know what? I respect greatness, I really do, but as a Flyers fan, I mean, come on. It's just, I mean, like, when's the guy going to retire? I mean, come on. I'm just joking, of course. I really am. It's currently snowing, says JC Fit. Where are you at again? Where are you at? You're in Erie, PA. It's snowing over there. Wow, that's wild. I'm so happy to see you. Wow, the brother's on fire. I'm from Colorado, says King Desert Loner. Shout out to Colorado. Big shout out to Colorado in the chat. So the Sixers called a timeout with 4:24 left to go. I don't necessarily know if they're going to challenge this Tyrese Maxey personal foul. I assume that that's what is happening. The green light did not go off, but we will get you notes on what just happened in just a little bit if it was a challenge by the 76ers. Each team, well, the Sixers have 3 timeouts left. Sorry, the Grizzlies have 3 timeouts left, and the Sixers have 2. But if it's a challenge, and if the Sixers win the challenge, then it'll be 3 timeouts that they have. Excuse me. Sorry about that. It's a 122 to 115 ball game. Sixers have outscored the Memphis Grizzlies 19 to 15. John says, I'm tuning in from Davenport, Florida. Is it Davenport or Davenport? I've always wanted to know, and I want to make sure that I say that correctly. Yes. Very nice. 16 more subs till we get to 82 hundo. I can never get enough of that air horn. I don't. Man. We love basketball. I love calling basketball. When we were doing G League games, it was so much fun. It really was. But the first reason like why I came on here was just to get reps. I always tell that to people, and I mean, this is literally how you get reps. This is how you put in the work. Even if we're not in person and we're just limited to a monitor, it's the best practice that we can get. It really is. Okay, so the 76ers did challenge, replayed to support the call, and that was a foul on Tyrese Maxey. It was a personal foul. So they lose their timeout. So they're down to 2. Memphis still has 3. Ja Morant will come back in for Jock Landau, and Cedric Coward will re-enter for Cam Spencer. From Reading, PA, living in Texas, says Dr. DeLay. Where in Texas are you, my friend? Where's this game being played? It is at the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee. 122 So 115 is the score. Again, sorry if the scoreboard's a little bit ahead. We're just a little bit behind tonight because we're not watching it on a TV. We're not watching it on cable. Morant gets the inbound pass, drives it inside, count the bucket, and a foul. That is disgusting. And I mean that in just a good basketball way. VJ Edgecombe did everything that you could do except at the very end as he tried to play defense on Ja Morant. Morant just leaned on into the contact. He put his hands up, VJ. And so we have a foul called on Edgecombe and one more free throw coming up for Ja Morant. 122 to 117. The foul shot is good. Ja, give him a total of 30 points now in this game. Edgecombe gets the rock for Philadelphia, dribbles it past half court. He's dribbling the ball for Philadelphia here. Edgecombe delivers with the left hand, drives it downhill, puts up a tough two, and gets it to go again. 124-118. Mr. Fourth Quarter coming up clutch. 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Morant's getting a beautiful assist on an alley-oop jam by Santi Aldama. Sent, received. And Philadelphia only up by 4 now. They got to close out this deal. Still plenty of time to go. They lead it by 2 possessions. Edgecombe forced to pass it over to Tyrese Maxey. He spins, he turns, puts up a tough 2. Doesn't get the roll that time. And the ball goes out of the hands of Adembona into the hands of Ja Morant for another rebound. 3:25 to go in quarter number 4. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Howard going down the lane over Joel Embiid, and we have another foul called. It's a personal foul on Joel Hans Embiid. And Jackson's going to make his way over to the line because the Grizzlies are in the bonus. Sixers fan here 1 year before Doc, and that is Dr. J. Not Doc Rivers, JJ. 1975. It's good to see you on here, my friend. Again, we do like an old school radio play-by-play style of a call. We're not like other Sixers streamers on here. And by the way, they do a really good job, too. It's no diss on them at all. But we do more like an old school radio play-by-play style. 124-121 as free throw number 1 is good by Jaren Jackson Jr. Here comes the second one. Not that time. Rebounded by Paul George, and the Sixers lead is at 3 with 3:17 to go in quarter number 4. Fasten those seatbelts, baby. Edgecombe on the drive to the basket. Can't put it up and in. Embiid offensive rebound. He puts it up. He can't put it in. Edgecombe with another offensive rebound for Philly. And now Grimes takes it down low. Maxey for 2. No good either. Oh, man. They couldn't capitalize. Ja Morant goes up for a 3 on the other side. That one's no good. George fights for the rebound off of Santi Aldama's hands. And Paul George snags it away from him. George going down the lane and trying to posterize his defender. He's going to swing it outside. And Maxey gets the reset button over to him. Maxey outside, and we have an offensive foul called on Embiid for a moving screen. Are you kidding me? Joel Embiid had his feet set and just tripped up Jalen Wells, and we're going to walk the floor and shoot some free throws. That is Joel's 5th personal foul. Oh, that's not good. One more than he's done. And the Sixers obviously cannot challenge this. He did trip him. That was a bad play by Joel. 2:32 left to go in the fourth quarter. And by the way, scratch what I said about the free throws. We're not going to walk the floor. Sixers did actually have a foul to give. Morant running down over towards the elbow and trying to give it outside to Jackson for the tie for 3. That's no good. And Edgecombe gets the rebound. They forced him to take a bad shot. Good defense by Philadelphia. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Maxey on the drive over to the basket, lays it up, and he can't lay it in, but he's fouled. That's the good news, and he'll make his way back to the line. Tyrese Maxey, 32 points, leading the way for the 76ers. 32, 9, and 4. That's 9 assists. Joel Embiid in this game, 32 for him. Actually, 30 for him. And he is going to come on out of this game right now. Wow. Is that true? Adembona is now in, and the first free throw is good. 2:06 left in the fourth quarter. Joel Embiid is coming on out. He's not going over to the sidelines. Over at the scorer's table, Nick Nurse is having a little conversation with Joel here. Keep your eye on this. Embiid sitting over at the scorer's table for Philadelphia. 2:06 left to go. Foul shot number 2 by Maxey. That one won't go. Adem Bona, offensive rebound. Oh, man, it was a good thing that they put him in. Bona, offensive board, gives it back to Paul George. George gets it knocked away, comes back up with it. Edgecombe for 3. Splash! Oh, what a shot by Edgecombe! What can he do? VJ Edgecombe steps on through. 1:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. 128-121. There's a shot that goes up. It's in. Oh, my gosh. And we have another and one opportunity. That was Jaren Jackson Jr. with the left hand getting contact from Paul George on that left elbow. And he was able to finish that layup, and he's going to go to the line for one more. That was a big bucket for Memphis, man. That was big. How about Nick Nurse putting in a Dembona? And it really worked there. It did. Adem Bona got the offensive rebound for the Sixers, and that's what led to that VJ Edgecombe 3. 128-123. The and one is good. 1:45 left to go. Edgecombe gets the inbound for the Sixers. They've got to be careful here. 1:40 left. Fasten the seatbelts. It's coming down to the wire. 1:35 to go. Edgecombe, all eyes on him. He drives it down low. Tries to go for the layup inside. That's denied and rejected by Jalen Wells. Actually, Jackson got a hand on the ball. Wells came up with the steal. Coward at the top of the key. Man, oh man. Another dribble handoff over to Ja Morant. He goes down the lane. Embiid's back in. Morant makes the layup. It's good. It's 128-126. A 4-0 run by Memphis. 1:14 to go. Maxey dribbling down the lane, crosses over, steps back, tries to hit a 2, and that's way too strong. And Memphis again comes up with a rebound. They could tie it with a 2 here. Ja has 32 points. He goes down the lane, over Embiid, puts it up, puts it in, and we're tied. Darn it. 59.6 seconds to go. Ja Morant acting like he's Superman, and this Memphis crowd explodes. Oh, my goodness. Sixers have 1 timeout left. They just burned their second to last. Memphis still has 2, and we'll see what the Sixers do here. They're going to go back to the drawing board. It's a 6-0 run by the Memphis Grizzlies, and that could not have come at a worse time. Gosh, what a game. What an absolute game between the both of these teams. Well fought over the last 13 minutes or so. Both teams are just going back and forth. Maxey's a little bit off, but he has got to come through. And hopefully the 76ers can pull this one out. They should win this. They really should win. Come on, man. Edgecombe makes a really great 3, really. I mean, it looked like that. I didn't want to say that was going to put the game away, but it felt like that was just like an absolute bomb that he hit, and Memphis still finds a way to stay afloat. And not even stay afloat, but to tie it back. Man, if you are tuning in for the very first time, my name is Jason Joseph, and this is Play by Play with JJ. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well. Obviously, if you guys have any critiques, let me know down below. We have a post-game show after this. We'll break everything down. We'll talk about what went right, what didn't go right for the Sixers. Alrighty, here we go. 128-128. Maybe Memphis isn't as bad as I thought. Love the Eagles jersey. Thanks. This is a sweater, my friend. It's an Eagles sweater. Let's go, baby. 59.6 seconds left. Sixers only have 1 timeout. The Memphis Grizzlies have 2. Sixers will advance the basketball. Edgecombe will inbound it from the Sixers scorer's table. The Memphis scorer's table on the Memphis side. All right, so Edgecombe gets the ball from the referee. He has to inbound it here, and he gives it up over to Tyrese Maxey. At the very last second, they just got it off. Maxey to Edgecombe. Down low to Embiid on the block. Embiid going to pass it to George for 3, and that one goes in and out. Offensive rebound by Embiid, and the ball gets tugged, and we're going to have a jump ball. 46.1 seconds left to go, and this is a huge jump ball here. VJ Edgecombe, Joel Embiid, and also Jalen Wells were tugging for that basketball. It was actually Santi Aldama that was tugging for it, but Edgecombe got a hand on it first, and Jaren Jackson was fighting with him over on the floor. And so that's where the jump ball, that's who's going to have the jump ball here, right? Okay, 46.1 seconds left to go. We're tied at 128 apiece. And Edgecombe is going to jump it off here with Jaren Jackson Jr. Jackson has a couple of inches on him. The referee waiting to take a couple of dribbles. He's telling everybody where to be. And Tyrese Maxey has to stand back a little bit. Here we go, jump ball coming. The ref lets it up, and it goes into the hands of Ja Morant, but he lost it, and it goes out of bounds. Okay, 43.6 seconds left to go, and the Sixers do get a fresh 14, but a timeout will be taken by Memphis. Let's see, did Ja touch it last? He did. I don't know if Memphis can challenge whether or not that was a foul on Maxey. 43.6 seconds left to go. With 14 seconds left on the shot clock, it will be Sixers ball. Grizzlies call for time. Some game, man. This is Larry. Yeah. This show is better than most. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I do. Trying to start a trend over on YouTube to get more play-by-play announcers on this, you know? JJ is one of the best on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel today. It's free. Same goes to Dr. Delay, man. I want to play the damn song tonight. Come on. And, of course, have a nice post-game show, too. Bro, I admire your work on here for us to tune on in. I got you, man. I got you. Again, I wish I could call every single basketball team, but I mean, the best way to support the channel, I always tell people, is just to spread the word. I mean, you can post it on social media, but even if you tell your friends, if you tell your family members, we call Sixers, Phillies, and Eagles games. We do a lot of baseball content on this channel, and during the season, we get really, really busy with baseball. We do a thing called MLB Diamond Zone, which is basically like NFL Red Zone, but it's for baseball, and it's so freaking cool. It really is. And we also do other baseball games as well. We do Sunday Night Baseball, but we're mainly a baseball channel, but we do sprinkle in Sixers games and, of course, Eagles games as well. So if you like it, if that tickles your fancy, please tell other people about this and put in a good word for us. If you don't like it, put in the bad word. It's fine. We're still going to keep going, of course. Not everybody's going to like it. This is not everybody's cup of tea. Some people like to watch parties. Some people like the... You know, like not so much of the radio play-by-play, more of a TV call, that type of a thing. And we just do it more so radio, and we try to get everybody involved in the chat. And we just hope that you guys enjoy the cast that we do. 43.6 seconds are left to go in this fourth quarter. So the Grizzlies called a timeout. And I don't think that was a challenge to see whether or not Ja Morant was fouled. Now, he is over on the sideline. The refs did not... From what I saw, they did not have headsets on. They didn't even go to the microphone. So, again, I can't necessarily say if that was a challenge. They did challenge it. Okay. So, replay does support the call, and the Grizzlies are charged with a timeout. Okay, so they were at the table. Okay, and now they're at the microphone. Okay, there we go. Again, you didn't see a green signal, nothing. And this is the curse, right, of not being at the game, so you can't necessarily see those things. And you can't always assume what goes on. Flyers tie it up. That's great. I always forget the name of that song. That's called Zombie Nation. It's Ken Craft 300, or 3000, that is. Eastwood is good. Not as good as the show. I love DJ, man. Shout out to DJ. Shout out to RB. Shout out to Philly Halftime and all the other Sixers content creators. Mitch Kofsky as well. 44.4 seconds left to go. Sean Bernard. I mean, I can name them all. They do a really good job, and I'm not just blowing smoke up their butt. I mean it. All right. Okay. Here we go. Sixers are going to inbound the ball. They're going to have VJ Edgecombe inbounded from the near sideline. 44.4 seconds left to go. Edgecombe gets it, and he's going to deliver it over to Embiid at the top of the perimeter. At the Grizzlies logo, we have another whistle called. About 2 seconds exactly. We're taking off the shot clock, and we have a foul called. And who's the foul going to be on, JJ? That's a good question. Or was that just a reset of the shot clock? It is. It's a reset of the shot clock. Sixers are going to get a fresh 24. So are they going to add the 2 seconds? No. Why does it say now 12 seconds on the shot clock? What the heck is going on? They're going to have 12 seconds on the shot clock, and the Sixers will now inbound it. VJ Edgecombe, though, is talking to Tyrese Maxey. The referees are sort of gathering together. Nick Nurse is trying to get an explanation for what is going on, and Maxey's mad about something with the referee. I don't understand what is going on right now. Did he get teed up or something? I don't know. Again, not trying to assume anything. 42.4 seconds are left to go, and the Sixers are now going to inbound it. There was no technical foul, nothing like that. It'll be Edgecombe on the inbound pass. John Morant is going to guard the inbound here, and he's now complaining to the referee, too. The ball has not been inbounded yet. And now Edgecombe gets it. Okay, so here we go. They inbounded to Joel Embiid. A handoff to Tyrese Maxey. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey at the logo. Dribbles with the left hand over towards the left side. Gives it back to Embiid. He'll settle for a three. Oh, no. That was no good. The ball gets tipped, and the shot is no good by Quentin Grimes. John Morant has the ball. 6 seconds differentiated in the shot clock from the game clock. 25 seconds to go. All eyes on John Morant, being heavily guarded by Quentin Grimes. He's at the logo. He's going to try to milk the clock down. Ja at the logo. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. 12 on the game clock. Morant dribbles down the lane. Tries to go up with a shot as the shot's up by Wells. That's no good. Offensive rebound by Memphis. 2 seconds to go. Buzzer beater. It's up. It's no good. And the ball goes into the hands of Joel Embiid. Santi Aldama missed the three. And we're going into overtime. We're tied at 128 apiece. And we're going into the fifth quarter. Philadelphia and Memphis will get an extra 5 minutes. Oh, what a game. And we have free basketball coming on up. Cedric Howard got another offensive rebound, and he kicked it out to Santi Aldama on the far corner for a buzzer-beating three. He had the look. He had plenty of space, and that is how the quarter end. Aldama missed the tray. Man. What a sequence there. And the Sixers actually got lucky. They really did. We're going into overtime. All knotted up at 128 apiece. And why would Joel take that three? I mean, come on. I mean, that was just a bad look. Joel takes a three. It was heavily contested. Maxey was wide open. Two. And I didn't say that in real time. Again, you got to talk really fast. But Tyrese had a little bit of daylight over on that left elbow. Probably could have made a shot there. Even if it doesn't go in, it's still a better look. And you want him to take a good shot. And that would have been a good shot. But anyhow, we're going into overtime. Another 5 minutes. And man, oh man, another game where the Philadelphia 76ers just keep you on your toes. Sorry for my sarcasm, friends. No, hey man, like you're totally cool. Be yourself as long as you're not putting any sort of like derogatory things in the chat. And if we're just playing it cool, like that's totally fine. Just be civil. You're good. You're absolutely good, my friend. I'm really happy to see you on here. My heart is beating, man. Maxey should have shot that. Yeah, he should have. He should have taken that. And Nick Nurse was like, you know what, Joel, we're just going to give it to you. And Joel was selfish there, and that was not the right play. It was not a good call, and the Sixers honestly got lucky. But we'll take it. We will take it. 128 to 120, the 6-0 run to end that fourth quarter for the Memphis Grizzlies, too. And we are going on in to overtime. Yep. The shot by Aldama was just a little bit short. Sixers actually, I thought, guarded John Morant really well on that possession, too. They forced it to give it to Jalen Wells. Unfortunately, though, it was just the offensive rebound that killed them. If they get the rebound there, they have a chance to try to win the game because they can call a timeout. And that's probably, I assume, what Nick Nurse would have done. I hope we don't get a John Morant gun celebration. Yeah, I hear you, James. I hear you loud and clear. Well, Mazy 57, you're just saying what most of us were thinking. Yeah, it's true. It's absolutely true. Embiid is going to go out there for the Sixers for the jump ball, and Jaren Jackson Jr. is his opponent. That's his counterpart right here. And the tip-off goes over the head of Santi Aldama. He got a hand on it, and it went out of bounds. There's a loose ball foul, though, called on Jaren Jackson Jr., and that's going to force the Sixers to have the first possession of overtime. So what ended up happening? Yeah, he reached up over he got a hold of Joel Embiid's elbow. You can't do that. Well, what's going on? Come on. And so 5 minutes to go in this overtime. There's Joel Embiid talking with Jaren Jackson. A little bit of some bickering back and forth. Edgecombe gets the inbound pass for Philadelphia. They swing it around the timeline. The ball finds Tyrese Maxey. Back to George for a catch-and-shoot three. And Paul George, his three-pointer is short. Embiid thought he got a loose ball foul. It was could have went on Jaren Jackson Jr., but they didn't call it there. Jackson goes up with a floater, tries to go coast to coast, and Embiid snags the rebound. He lands flat on his belly and now hands it off to VJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe rolling down towards the baseline, swings it outside to Embiid. Embiid tried to hand it off over to Tyrese Maxey, and Ja Morant picks it up at three-quarters court. He looks at Tyrese Maxey and then just solos it himself. He looked at Tyrese Maxey for literally 3 seconds, or it felt like it was 3 seconds, and then he just took it himself. He looked back right behind him, sort of like a screw you thing to Tyrese Maxey. 130 to 128. Edgecombe on a catch and shoot three. That one's no good. Sixers have not scored since the minute 34 marker. And here's an alley-oop pass on the other side by Memphis, and they're able to take a hold of it. It's 132 to 128. Jalen Wells with the dunk there. Again, Paul George with the ball. Sixers have got to get a bucket. Embiid at the nail. Delivers it back over to Maxey. Maxey goes up with a tough two, and he puts off good English off the backboard with the right hand. Makes the underhanded scoop. It's 132 to 130. Tyrese Maxey with 34, 9 and 4 in this game. Embiid also has a double-double, 30 points for him and 10 rebounds in this contest as well. Here's Ja Morant going down the lane, lost the ball, goes out of bounds, bounces off of his knee. Good defense by Tyrese Maxey, and it'll be Sixers ball again. They trail by 2. Maxey gets the inbound pass and hands it off to Paul George again. Sixers play. They're just doing a lot of dribble handoffs. Embiid coming with a screen for Tyrese Maxey. Maxey to Embiid. Embiid pump fake. Not once. Puts up a 2 to try to tie it, and he does. He got the friendly roll there. It hit off the front side of the rim and danced on in at the nail. 15-foot jumper for Joel, and the Sixers provide a counterpunch. Again, Jackson throws it away. Intercepted by Paul George. He tried to give it up to Jalen. What was that? That was Jalen Wells, and Paul George saw the passing lane closing, and he got it like he was a safety. Maxey gets some space, puts up a tray, and that one won't go. It was a good look, and Tyrese Maxey not able to knock it down from the logo, and the rebound goes to Memphis again. They're just out-rebounding the Philadelphia 76ers and doing a really good job. Morant on a drive to the basket, and a tough layup over VJ Edgecombe. It was a turnaround floater, and he got it. Man, Ja Morant is just an absolute beast in this game. Give him 38 points, and he has scored over 20 from the fourth quarter on. It's just unbelievable what he's doing. Here's George on the drive to the basket. Tough 2, and we're tied again at 134. 149 left to go in overtime, and neither team has called a timeout yet. 143 to go, and Memphis will try to get the lead again. Morant with some space, puts up a 3. That one's no good. And an offensive rebound that's intercepted by Embiid. Aldama had it. Embiid took it like he took his lunch money, and he got it back for the Sixers. Maxey again crossing over at the logo. All eyes on him. Jalen is right on him. And now Maxey finds Embiid over at the nail. Embiid's nail jumper is up and it's good. And Philadelphia riding the pendulum. It's swinging in their direction. They have a wave going on and they're riding it. 136, 134. Embiid with 34 points. Edgecombe nearly got a steal. Ja Morant still controlling the ball. Gets it intercepted by Paul George, but we have a foul called, and it's a foul on Paul George himself. Oh, no. 1:08 to go in overtime. And Paul George reached on in and got a piece of Ja Morant's left wrist. And that's what the foul is. And that was not good at all whatsoever for Philadelphia. You can't do that. And so Memphis will inbound it from the near sideline. That's Paul George's 5th foul. He has to be careful. Embiid and George have 5, one more than they're done. Morant Trying to get the inbound pass. He does. Gets past Quentin Grimes. And now Paul George on him. Morant with a step back elbow. Jay, no good. A rebound by VJ Edgecombe. He got it. Sixers up by 2. They're in no particular hurry. A basket here could possibly seal the deal. Maxey at the logo, crossing over with the right hand. No timeouts taken for either team, by the way. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey gets some space, gives it back to Embiid. Embiid on the left elbow, puts up a tough 2. Oh, no. What was he doing? He tried to go for the circus shot there, and it was no good. 26 seconds to go, 18 seconds on the shot clock. Morant has the ball again. He's being guarded by VJ. Drives it down the lane, puts up a tough 2, and we're tied again. 18.3 seconds left to go, and Ja Morant says this is my team as he backpacks the Memphis Grizzlies and ties the game again with 18.3 seconds left in this contest. Gosh, unbelievable. I don't know what Joel was thinking, taking that just ridiculous 2. What happened was he was being heavily guarded by Santi Aldama, and he tried to float it up and in, but it was really more so of a hook shot, and he just did like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar skyhook, which is obviously not like a big part of his package at all whatsoever. And that was just a bad selection, a terrible shot selection there for the 76ers when they have a chance to put the game away. Are you kidding me? Gosh. This game is absolutely nuts. It really is. Embiid's ego's getting in the way, says Larry. Yeah, it's not good, man. 34 for Joel, 34 for Maxey, 22 for Edgecombe, and 17 for Paul George. He's been a little bit cold, too, in the fourth quarter onwards, so that's not really good. Oh, man. So a timeout taken by the 76ers. 18 seconds left to go. Memphis still has 2 timeouts, and after this timeout taken, Philadelphia has 1. Lakers game just got started. That's on Peacock now. He was grabbing onto that right side. Oh, no. All right, let's go. 136, still 136, 18 seconds left to go in overtime. And so Philadelphia will inbound the basketball. It'll be VJ Edgecombe on the near sideline. I believe that's Mark Davis out there as the referee. Don't quote me on that, but the referee is going to hand the ball off to VJ, and the Sixers are going to have to inbound it here. They do to Tyrese Maxey. Shot clock's on blood. Maxey at the Memphis logo. 10 seconds to go. Johnson is on him, or Jackson Jr. that is. Maxey over at the top of the key. Dribbles with the right hand. 4 seconds left. Edgecombe for the game winner. It's up and good. Oh, my goodness. 1.7 seconds left to go. And VJ Edgecombe being a sneak out there, launching it from 3 and knocking it down. They call him a rookie. He says, rookie my you-know-what. .7 seconds. The timeout was taken by Memphis. And they're in need of a 3. Man. VJ literally just got a hug from Joel Embiid, and he shakes his head. There's Dominic Barlow coming up right behind him, scratching that little fro of his. Oh, it's great. Awesome. 1.7 seconds to go in overtime. Philly up by 3. Edgecombe had 9 points going into the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden he has 25. He had 13 in the fourth, and he just made possibly the dagger in overtime. 1.7 seconds left to go in OT. Wow. Okay, so Memphis obviously gets to advance the basketball here. 139 to 136. Aldama is going to inbound it. The Memphis crowd is silent. Aldama waiting for the referee to hand him the ball. And we have another timeout taken by Memphis. And so they'll have to wait another second. Sixers did a good job defending the inbound pass. And the coach wants to talk things over here. Man. 10:49 p.m. Eastern time, and we got a post-game show after this. We do. What an entertaining game between the both of these teams. Feels like a playoff game. Come on, I want to play the damn song. I still got plenty of time to put up a 3 here. Do not foul. Do not foul. Edgecombe has been super explosive in OT and in the fourth quarter. Man, 139, 136. Okay, here we go. Oh, boy. So no timeouts left for Memphis, and they're going to have to inbound it from the near sideline. So Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies on life support right now. Sixers 1.7 seconds away from getting win number 17 of the season. The referee ready to hand it off to Aldama, who will inbound it, and he does. Aldama gets it. He has to get it off. And who's he going to find here? He gives it up over to Jones for a 3 for the tie. That's no good. And Philadelphia wins. A turnaround 3. It was Coward who got the look. They didn't want to give it to Ja. And the Sixers hang on and win 139 to 136. Ring the bell and play the damn song. That is great. What a gutsy win for the Philadelphia 76ers. Ring the damn bell. Let's go! On the run, stand up and cheer. Number 1, Philadelphia. Here they come, team of the year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers. 10, 9, 8, 76ers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers. Wow. We got a post-game show. We got to talk all about that. That was an awesome win for the Philadelphia 76ers. Do I care that the Memphis Grizzlies are 15 and 17? Yes and no. Did it have to come down to the wire like that? No, it did not. But to end a 3-game losing streak and to start a new winning streak, potentially, I think that this was a big win for Philly. Look, Paul George, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey get their first win of the season as a big 3. I'll take that as a positive. There are definitely things that I did not like, but they did it in a really tough environment. And Morant, I have to tell you that Morant in this game looked like he was a superstar. He looked like he was, he's been ramping up and he's been getting back to his old self. And I thought that with the way that Ja was going off in that fourth quarter, he was just on an absolute tear. And he was really just an absolute dog. and the Sixers beat him. And I will tell you that when Ja Morant is fully healthy, Ja Morant is a top 15 player in the NBA, and he is certainly one of the most unstoppable guards. I do take that as a very big win for the 76ers when it comes to that sort of a thing. The offensive rebounding for the Memphis Grizzlies was great. The Sixers have got to do a better job when it comes to the rebounding battle. They missed Andre Drummond tonight. I can't necessarily understand why he didn't play in this game. I thought that was not good, and I don't know. I didn't see anything on the injury report. I think he was just a DNP for Nick Nurse, and I don't really understand that at all whatsoever. But Adem Bona did do a good job. Adem Bona, man, when he came on in for that fourth quarter and they took Embiid out for a couple of seconds, I'll tell you, Nick Nurse, it paid off. It did. Bona got the offensive rebound. Joel does not get that rebound, and that led to that VJ Edgecombe 3. And I know that really should have put the game away at that time. And Memphis ended up going on that 6-0 run, but the game does not go into overtime if VJ Edgecombe doesn't drain that 3 and if that rebound wasn't snagged by Adem Bona. So Nick Nurse did good in that department on just that particular substitution. I still critique the head coach and the Philadelphia 76ers on an abysmal first quarter. The amount of threes that they let up that were just wide open looks from Memphis, it was ridiculous. Aldama missed the game winner, and the Sixers gave up a wide open look again, and luckily that did not come back to bite them. Sometimes that's just how basketball works. But overall, they got the W. A win is a win. And even though it came down to the wire, I thought that they really fought and they deserved to win this game when push came to shove. Not a good first half, a much better second half. They only gave up 25 or 28 points in the third and in the fourth quarter. Their defense looked a lot better. They were more so in sync, and they felt like that they wanted to compete. But the reason why this was a game was because of what happened in the early stages of the game. Allowing 72 points in the first half is just unacceptable, and you can't do that. You really can't. So I would say overall, I'm happy with the win, and I'm happy that the 76ers did fight through the adversity that they did. But there's still a lot of things to clean up, and I have to be harsh on them. But, yes, this was a nice win. It was a good win to get back on track, and I'm happy that they came out of this with a W. You know, this was a very hard-fought win. I don't want to dismiss that. But there's more of a hunger that I want to see with this team after losing 3 games in a row. One of them was a really awful heartbreaker to Chicago. I really want them to try to use this game and go on a little run. I do. Joel Embiid, I know that honestly, Joel Embiid played really well up until the end of the fourth quarter. I thought that Joel at the end of the fourth quarter took some really awful shots and just made some terrible decisions, even in overtime, and he just could not step up. The guy that closed the deal, again, VJ Edgecombe. It doesn't matter how many points this guy has, this guy can still find a way to beat you and still find a way to score. And he was an absolute dog, and they don't win this game without VJ Edgecombe and the way that he closed out the game. 41 minutes, 25 points from VJ, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 1 block. What else can I say about VJ Edgecombe? He is my... I could have given it to Tyrese Maxey. Joel Embiid had a big game, too, overall. But VJ Edgecombe was the difference maker. Also, shout out to Adem Bona for some really big blocks down the stretch. And a big shout out to Quentin Grimes, too, for some big steals down the stretch as well. Grimes did not have an overall good game today, but he had some really big steals down the stretch. And, yeah, I'll take that. A win is a win. A W is a W, but there's certainly more things to clean up. I'm going to take a very quick step off. Do not go anywhere. I will be right back for our post-game show. Again, you guys can call on in. 610-314-0844 is how you call on into the post-game show. If anybody wants to put the link to that down below, they most certainly can. Give me 3 minutes to just catch my thoughts, and catch my breath on this game, and we will talk more about it in 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I missed putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Nice win by the Philadelphia 76ers tonight. They took care of business against the Memphis Grizzlies. 139-136 is the final score. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icons too. We go live for the Sixers, the Phillies, and the Eagles on this channel. And we do pregame, we do in-game analysis, we do play-by-play, like a radio play-by-play style, and then we also do post-game stuff as well. If you guys do want to call in into the show, 610-314-0844. I posted it in the chat. You guys can come on, and you can have a chat with me about this game. Part of me feels really excited that they won this game, and with the way that they battled, with the way that they fought, especially in that second half, they played really well. It just felt like that the 76ers buckled down on the defensive side. They got a lot of good contribution from VJ Edgecombe, and we'll talk a little bit more about his performance in just a little bit. I thought that Tyrese Maxey did a better job in the third quarter. I thought that he did fine in the second quarter, but overall, he did everything that's now pretty much expected of him to do, really. He had a nice first half. He had 24 points overall in the first half and finishes the game with 34. But in the fourth quarter, he was a little bit silent. He just could not get shots off, and it felt like that the Memphis Grizzlies played really good defense, and guys stepped up like VJ Edgecombe. And I really thought tonight, like, Tyrese Maxey couldn't necessarily take over the game. And that was okay because they still got the job done. And I really feel like that we can officially say right now, with where this team is, the one thing that's been really consistent about this season is that VJ Edgecombe has been a very good player in the fourth quarter. This guy can go really quiet, shooting the three in the first three quarters, and he can play like really good defense, but in the fourth quarter, this man just takes it to a whole nother level. His explosiveness is real. The way that he attacks and just goes to the rim and just has that Mamba mentality, it's ridiculous. And I'm just so happy that the Philadelphia 76ers got this guy. I look back at Ace Bailey. I was happy that they did not get Ace Bailey. I thought that VJ Edgecombe was the right fit, and that VJ would be a really good player with the 76ers, and it was just the right decision to go with him. People said that Con Canapel would have been a really good pick too. Now, obviously, he's a really good shooter, but I really felt like that VJ, his Mamba mentality, his mental toughness, his defensive grit, his wingspan, and I just thought that all of that together, the package that he brought, would really help the 76ers not only extend their window, but also give them a nice little valuable asset for what they have right now with Joel Embiid and with Paul George. And he just continues to shine. At the very beginning of the season, this guy was putting up ridiculous numbers. We didn't think that he was going to keep it up. And then he sort of cooled down a little bit, got back to more so of a rookie level, hit a little bit of a wall. But ever since, really, like 2-3 weeks ago, this guy has really just stepped up, especially in the fourth quarter. I want this guy possibly closing out games for the 76ers. I think that he has sort of made himself into a closer for the 76ers right now. It sounds crazy to say. I love it when Tyrese Maxey has the ball in his hands, and I think that he should be the number one option. But with the way that VJ is rolling, why not VJ Edgecombe? Why not have him take some of the final shots? He made just the three that he hit with 1.7 seconds left to go. Vintage was written all over that shot. It was just an absolute, it wasn't a moment. I don't know what the right word is, but it was just an absolute beauty. It was. So, yeah. John Morant went off. The first quarter, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the first quarter. The first quarter was terrible. Okay? The 76ers put up 34 points. They were hitting shots, but they fell behind, and they gave up almost every single possession to Memphis. Every time Memphis had the ball, they were getting offensive rebounds. They were making wide open threes. And the Sixers gave them so many looks. I have the stats actually right here. I made sure that I took a screenshot of this after the first quarter. This was the Philadelphia 76ers after the first quarter. The Sixers were 4 for 10 from three. They gave up 9 wide open threes, and 7 of them, actually 6 of them were made that were wide open. 1 of them was contested. But the Memphis Grizzlies shot 7 for 11 from downtown, and they were 15 for 23 from the field. And they also out-rebounded the Philadelphia 76ers 12-7. That's just unacceptable. Cedric Coward was getting literally to the paint every single time, and the Sixers just could not box him out. They couldn't, like Dominic Barlow usually does a really good job at getting into people's faces and providing space and just blanking guys out when it comes to rebounding. Tonight, he was terrible. He was an absolute minus tonight. And for him to be a minus, like that's actually, it says more as to how he's played overall this year. He's done a very good job overall as a power forward, but he had a bad game today, and he just did not look good. I thought that Cedric Coward really beat him a lot of times to the punch, and he got him into foul trouble. I really felt that way. But that's what really got the Sixers off on the wrong foot. It's just that Memphis was making all these threes. Sixers were playing zone, and Memphis was just destroying them. It was a lot of pick and pop. It wasn't pick and roll. They were just picking and popping and shooting threes, and the shots were going on in, and it wasn't even a lot of these shots were not contested. And it was the role players that were stepping up. It was not Ja Morant. It was not Jaren Jackson Jr. Guys like Cedric Coward were making shots. Christian Coloco didn't have any points tonight, but he was making some big offensive rebounds he was making some big rebounds in that first quarter in particular. I know that the stats say that he only had 3 rebounds in this game and 2 assists, but I felt like that he was making some plays happen. Santi Aldama was destroying you from their bench. Their bench tonight in this game in particular had 39 points. The bench overall made 15 field goals. They shot 15 for 28 from the field. That's really good. And that is really what kept Memphis in this game. The Sixers bench only got 17 points. 17 points for the Sixers bench in a total of 81 minutes. You just cannot have that happen. It's inexcusable, and that is unacceptable. So, but the good stuff that happened in that third quarter, I thought, was that they got Joel Embiid going, and Joel Embiid was hitting some big-time shots. I loved when he was aggressive, when he was still getting defenders to buy in on pump fakes. He took a really bad, he tried to do a self-alley-oop, and that was just absolutely embarrassing. I don't really want this guy dunking. I need him to stay healthy. The injuries that he's had, it's been really bad, and that was really selfish that he did that, in my opinion. But I thought that in the third quarter, though, he did a really good job at stepping up when he had to. He got to the line a couple of times. He made a couple of layups where he was just able to provide some Euro steps, and he got some defenders on pump fakes. And he still has a good IQ to just get players off balance. I also thought that Maxey hit a nice little layup to tie the game with 4:09 to go. And the Sixers played better defense. They were capitalizing on Memphis's turnovers. Memphis did not look good at all in that third quarter down the stretch. You had a couple of blocked shots, one from VJ Edgecombe. You had another big one by Adem Bona with exactly 92 seconds to go in that third quarter. But unfortunately, on that play, I remember Jock Landale ended up getting the bounce there, but you played a really good defense, and you showed heart. My one favorite play from today, and again, this goes back to Joel Embiid, all over the place. Bad, great, good, terrible. Like all 4. Joel had one possession. I believe it was in the third quarter. It was with 41 seconds to go. Sixers are up or are down 100-99. Aldama blocks Joel. Embiid grabs his own offensive rebound. Tries to go back up with it. It's contested again. Grabs his own miss. Tries to lay it up and in. Good contest again. Grabs his own offensive rebound. No one can box him out. And then he just tips it back in. I thought that fight from Joel Embiid was a statement. And that, to me, told me that Joel Embiid played very aggressive, and he did not want to take this game for granted. I felt like that he gave it his all. I'm not saying that this guy does not try. I'm not saying that this guy does not give it his all every single night, but maybe the better way to put it is that Joel Embiid showed a lot of fight. And with the injuries that he's dealing with the minutes restrictions and all that type of stuff, I've never questioned Joel Embiid's work ethic. It was just the fact that can he put it all together and play somewhat at 65%. And tonight, I thought that he played at 72%. And that was good. That was really good. So, but again, there were some bad plays that he had, some terrible decisions. Didn't like the shots at the end that he took. But overall, a good game from Embiid. I know it sounds really weird to say. It does. It sounds very odd. Paul George, to me, did not have a good game today. I thought that his defense was good. His defense is always really good. But the shots were not falling. It was not his night shooting-wise from the field. He did have a couple of threes that were nice splashes, but overall, 17 points. It felt like that Paul just could not really get into a rhythm, and the Grizzlies sort of took the ball out of his hands. He was not even being much more of a playmaker, and he went a little bit silent on the offensive side. I didn't necessarily like that. Thought that he could have done a better job, but sometimes the shots just don't fall, and if the shots fall, we like how you perform better when we see the ball go through the hoop, and a lot of times tonight the ball did not go in. It started off that way for PG, but it didn't necessarily end up that way. So Paul George, not a strong night. Dominic Barlow, not a good night for him. Joel Embiid played great, played bad, played ugly at times, but overall a really good night from Joel. Same thing with Tyrese Maxey. I thought that he overall had a good game. Maxey definitely got some big assists at the end. VJ Edgecombe bailed him out and played really, really well down the stretch. But Tyrese Maxey, this is just what happens. You're asking a guy to play 43 minutes. You're asking him to lead the league in minutes per game, and he's just doing what he's doing at a high level. He had 2 steals again tonight. It's not a fluke anymore with how good his defense is. This was not even his best defensive game, but yet he still made a big impact on the defensive side of the ball. This is just what we expect now from Tyrese Maxey. 34 points, one of the best scorers in all of basketball right now, and it's just a beauty to watch. He shot the ball really well from 3 in this game. That was a positive. That was something that I took away as a plus. But yeah, you can only ask him to do so much, and VJ Edgecombe stepped up when he had to. So, yeah, it feels really weird for talking about this game because there were things that I was really happy with, and I'm overall happy that they got the win out in Memphis. I thought that this was a very well-fought game, but there's some things that I still just don't like from this team, and I just really am hoping that they can sort of clean this stuff up as the season continues to go along, but some of these things are a consistent trend, like Joel Embiid taking a lot of threes, 1 for 6 from downtown, settling for a lot of jump shots. I don't like that. He turned the ball over 4 times, had some bad shot selections at the end. We've seen that a couple of times this year. But we've also seen Tyrese Maxey take over, and we've seen VJ Edgecombe do a really good job and step out of his comfort zone and make shots too. And also make some really good plays. Some of the passes that he made, the skip passes, the bounce passes, they were pretty good too. So, yeah, a lot in that game. I can't understand why Andre Drummond and Jabari Walker did not play in this game at all. I thought that was a bad thing for Nick Nurse. I did not like that. Andre Drummond could have really helped you in that first quarter when you were getting out-rebounded, or even just in this game in general. You see a lot of times guys like Santi Aldama and Cedric Coward are just beating everybody to the punch on the rebounds. And Jabari Walker's not the tallest guy in the world, but he's a very physical specimen. He's a guy that gives you a lot of heart. I think that the Sixers would have benefited tonight if they would have had those guys play at least some minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. And then that gets rid of bonus minutes a little bit. But I don't know. I thought that was not a good look for Nick Nurse, and I question why that they did not play in this game. John Morant looks great. John Morant looks really good. It seemed like that he is sort of finally coming out of his shell. This guy has dealt with a lot of injuries. Say what you want about him and his off-the-court stuff. As a player, this guy is so talented. He is a freak of nature. And he has not played every single game this year, and he is just sort of getting back into his groove. I think that he got back into it tonight because he looked like a superstar out there. And the Sixers actually, I thought, played really good defense on him in the fourth quarter, and he was just making ridiculous shots. So I think he's back. I do feel that way. But 12 rebounds to Jaren Jackson Jr. and 16 to Cedric Howard, that's unacceptable. That stuff can't happen. But yeah, tell me what your thoughts are down below. How do you guys feel about this Philadelphia 76ers game? If you guys want to call in, you most certainly can. I'm probably not going to stay on for too long. But if you guys do want to call in, 610-314-0844, that's pretty much all I have to say about this one here. I will read some messages in the chat. Usually I stay on for longer, but tonight and for the next 5 days, I'm still dog sitting, so I do have to let the doggy out. But if you guys do want to call in now, you most certainly can. Great win by the Sixers. Maxey and VJ are going to be a problem for the rest of the NBA for years to come. And I think that's a really good take. I do. Old Maisie, I think that you hit the nail on the head. That's probably my number one positive tonight is that Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe are just an absolute powerhouse. Unfortunately, and I hate to put a negative spin on this, but I expected that Jared McCain was going to have a really good year, and it just seems like that Jared McCain looks lost. And it's sad. It's really sad to say. I really want to see Jared McCain go out there and shine, but it is really nice to see VJ and Tyrese sort of develop that chemistry and be able to gel together. Jared overall just hasn't had as good of a season, and I feel like part of it's lack of playing time. I also feel like part of it, too, is that he's being a little bit more so timid. When I'm watching him take shots, he's taking a lot of threes, and the threes are falling. But you want him to be more of a playmaker. You want him to be more aggressive, finish at the cup. But you also understand that there's only one basketball to go around. But it certainly has been a down year for Jared McCain. Maybe he'd do better in a different offense. But Maxey and VJ, to keep it at a positive, sorry to take it down a negative road, Maxey and VJ, though, are playing really well. On both sides. Tyrese Maxey, I wasn't joking about this. People thought that I was joking. He's a good defensive player now. He's at least, I would say he's an above-average defensive player. I really feel that way. The way that he is just so quick at figuring out where the ball is going to go, like he's a safety out there when he's just able to recognize where the pass is going, gets rid of the passing lanes, and uses his speed. And that's a big part of his strength now, too, on defense, is like just being able to read the plays. He doesn't have to be the best on-ball defensive player, and sometimes I've seen him play really good on-ball defense too. But if he can just figure out how to close out passing lanes and use his speed to his advantage on both sides, he is a complete player, and he has done that this year, and I think that that's really elevated his game, and that's what has essentially caused him to be an MVP candidate, along with utilizing the offhand and finishing with the left hand at times, too. So, it's been absolutely awesome. RL Hector 1, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate that very, very much. JJ, are you going out tomorrow? I know you just said that you're dog sitting. I'm probably going to go out tomorrow. Yeah, it's New Year's. It's New Year's, of course. Of course. So... But yeah, nice win by the 76ers. I think that that's going to wrap it up for me. Again, it's a short night tonight. If you guys do want to call in the future, 610-314-0844 is how you dial on into the postgame show. I will catch you all in the next one. Next Sixers game that we're going to be doing on here is on Thursday. Sixers play against the Dallas Mavericks. It'll be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And then we're back Saturday for another Sixers game, Sunday for an Eagles game, and then Monday again for another Sixers game. So, love you all. Lila Tov, have a great rest of your night, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out.